Opal, we have another on the way. We have another on the way. Don't go yet. They're a healer.
Let's see, how many... We're at 23 envoys, which means basically everyone is here. I'm gonna go ahead and do some party shuffling, and we'll worry about roles in just a second. Okay, I am going to have, first of all, if I could have a Sane Ballpark Phil, all of you guys join Alliance F for me. Okay, and then I'll have Bartavius join B. And all of E, you guys are all gonna have to leave party and move to A, except for Hazel, who's gonna stay in the short stack. I would normally have A leave and join E. However, I cannot leave A, so, you know, what can you do? Okay, once we have that done, so again, if Noah, Goro, Estelle, and Sedlet, you guys could all join Alliance A for me. And that should work out. If one of you can't join, yeah, you're good. Oh, you can't join me? Hold up, let me unlock slots real quick. I'm just gonna do one of these. There we go. All role restrictions are...
We still have that other person on the way. I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry. They said it in voice chat. Are you still on the way?
They're the Sage in A, I believe.
Oh, okay. Good.
Perfect, yeah. Okay, slot is unlocked for you, Bartavius. Just join whatever. And yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get some rolls. And then once we get rolls done, I'm going to do some explanations. And then we're gonna go in with whatever we have. I recently learned that JPDC DRS goes 3 hours exactly from PF up to clear. So that's our goal today. If we are not out of here by 11:45 Eastern Standard Time, there is a critical problem. And it's probably my fault. Okay, so first of all, let's get roles out of the way. We have as our duelist Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is dueling. So we will need a Slime's Perception. If someone in A or B could bring Perception for the Slime side. Just say something in Alliance chat, please, if you can. And if no one volunteers, I can do it. But okay, perfect. We have Darling Midnight. Okay, perfect. Next up, we will need one Rend Armor user. We already have a Rend Armor 2, so if we could have a Rend Armor 1. If anyone is willing to be a Rend Armor 1. Also, Hazel, congrats, you've been promoted to Alliance B. Enjoy. But yeah, if any melee can volunteer to be Rend Armor 1. If no one volunteers, I will volunteer someone. But yeah. Rend Armor is very easy. You just press the button on the boss, and you get free damage contribution. Also, I should have said this at the start, but if you're gonna volunteer for something, can I ask that you please say it in Alliance chat for me? I'm kind of hard of hearing sometimes, so I appreciate just having things in Alliance chat. Yeah. Okay, well, no one has volunteered, so I'm just going to tell someone. Congratulations. Bartavius, are you willing to be the Rend Armor? And someone else. Oh, never mind. William has volunteered. Perfect. Okay, William's going to be our Rend 1. Bartavius, you're safe. And William's also going to be 2 of the physical batteries. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Next up, I will need a Banish user. If any healer could bring Banish, it would be appreciated. Not Ballpark, I don't trust him. Okay, he
I
volunteered.
just offered to.
This
is different.
He volunteered, but... I can just give you Gil, like, as soon as you're done crafting. Let's see. Banish, Ballpark, hopefully he brings that. Okay, finally is going to be batteries. We will need some magical batteries, ideally. If anyone is willing to be a magical battery. That could be any caster. I know we already had a volunteer, but if Wobble is the only caster battery, then I'm not gonna make actually bring it. Sane, we actually have 3 physical batteries already, so you're safe as well. Congrats. That could work, yeah. Sane, if you're willing to be the TA battery, and we'd have 2 caster batteries, I guess. Okay, huge. Perfect. Okay, so Sana, you are now the TA battery, and Aramis, you are now the TA magical battery. Caprices here are actually pretty cheap, you'd be surprised. I saw some of them for like 4k the other day. I did not buy them because I want the market to stabilize, and now that I've said that, I know someone is going to go buy them. Bye. Let's see, is Carlana in here? If so, I'm gonna ask if they're willing to be the QG magic battery. And if so, we will have a full 3 magical and physical, which would be nice. Perfect. Okay, we have all 3 physical and magical. So if you are wanting to bring a Mimic Training Holster, it's very easy. It's a very easy way to do more damage. You can do so. I'm going to go ahead and forward that information into your learning. If it's not your first run, I highly recommend bringing a Mimic Training Holster, because it's literally, the only downside is the cost and the fact you're dropping a couple re-raisers for a lot more damage. With that said though, I'm also going to post the roster. Let me go ahead and copy this. Okay, if you look into DRS Learning, you can see the roster for the run. If I have assigned you a role, please make sure that you are fulfilling it. I will double check in with you guys before we actually get started to make sure you do have the stuff. Okay, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and do quick explanations of a couple things. Welcome again to DRS. DRS is considered a salvage instance, but that's mostly because of the resurrection restriction and the damage checks. However, with modern setups, with all the buffs that we have received since the content was released, notably like raise and better actions, the damage checks are not as much of a problem, and oh, sorry, yeah, let me fix that. Yeah, with those things, we now don't have to worry much about the damage check, and we also have a bunch of healers with a ton of Lost or Rise who can also mitigate the deaths. So, assuming we are able to get past the first encounter barracks, we should be relatively fine. As a quick reminder, please make sure that you are bringing this stuff in the required holsters. It's pretty similar to all the other stuff that other hosts here recommend, however, it is very different to other servers. So if you're coming from somewhere like Lego Steppers, IO, Cafe, make sure that you're actually bringing the stuff in these holsters. Yeah. That's basically it. Just as a quick recap of like your action usage, the lost actions are very important here in DRS. They're arguably just as important as doing mechanics, because if you don't do lost actions, you're going to see more mechanics, and usually the more mechanics you see, the harder the mechanics get. So with that said, I'm going to ask that you please make sure that you are using the lost actions that you are bringing. If you're curious on how to use them, I'm going to go ahead and use a guide command in DRS Learning. I think that's the command. Okay, cool. There's some guides on how to use each of the main actions. The TLDR is that those long 2-minute cooldowns like Fauna Power, Fauna Magic, you want to use those alongside your job's natural big 2-minute bursts. So stuff like your Fight or Flight on Tank, stuff like, you know, your Ley Lines on Black Mage, even stuff like your 2 Phlegma on Sage. You want to use all of that stuff under the big Fauna Magic, Fauna Power buffs. If you're bringing something like Banner of Honored Sacrifice, Chain Spell, or Dervish, despite the 90-second cooldown, you actually want to hold it until the 2-minute, because the way buffs in this game work is that they multiply each other. So if you use a Fauna Power alongside a Banner of Honored Sacrifice, it's going to multiply the Banner of Honored Sacrifice by the 30% of the Fauna Power as well. So make sure that if it's a 90-second cooldown, you hold it until the rest of those 2-minute cooldowns come back up. Aside from that, there's a lot of other miscellaneous utility we ask you to bring. Some tanks in the party are going to bring Ether Shield. All healers should have both Steel Sting and Spellforge, as well as a couple Dispels. And everyone should have Re-Razors. In addition, casters, make sure that one caster in each party is going to bring the Cure 4 action. Cure 4 is a huge heal. It also applies a big damage bonus that you can keep up permanently. So casters, if there are multiple casters in a party, which I believe all of them are, make sure that you're discussing who is bringing Cure 4. In addition, make sure at least one of you is bringing Cure 4. If multiple people want to bring Cure 4, that is also fine. A little bit of redundancy is okay. It's better to have 2 Cure 4s in a party than none. But yeah, that aside, that's basically everything I want to talk about before we go in. I'll do a demonstration about Cure 4 once we actually get inside and to the first boss. But other than that, I am going to go ahead and run a ready check. If you are missing any actions, essences, anything at this time, please say no to the ready check. Okay, seems like everyone is ready. At this time, I'm going to take the party finder down, and we're going to go in. For barracks. Barracks is by far going to be the hardest part of tonight. Once we get past barracks, it's going to be pretty smooth because the instance after that does scale. But for barracks, we're going to have to ask some people to do a couple special things to make sure that we get past it. Go ahead and please hit commence for me. Thank you. And welcome into DRS. If you're new, you're going to have a cutscene for the one time. Yeah, go ahead and watch that cutscene. Once the cutscene is over, you'll notice that we are trapped in Gay Baby Jail, and in addition, you'll notice that there are 2 glowing pods ahead of us instead of 1. Very, very important. Once this gate drops, do not touch those big glowing pods. I'm going to please ask you, do not touch the glowing pods. Those glowing pods will take you down to our first encounter, Slimes and Golems, but once you take those pods, you cannot come back. You are going to be trapped down there forever. So again, please do not drop down until I ask you to. Very, very important. At this time, you can go ahead, go down to the Lost Finds cache. Make sure you have a Pure Essence, a Re-Razor, and 2 useful starting actions equipped. That could be something like Fauna Power, Banner of Honored Sacrifice, you know, your Dervish or Cure 4 instead of the Banner.
Before we do that, Opal, what are we doing with tanks? So we're gonna need some fake tanks, and I don't want people slotting in stuff.
Okay, so we're gonna do probably gonna do Lowman Golems, I think.
Okay.
That sounds less than me.
Sine offered in Alliance chat. She said that she can be a fake.
Okay.
tank at least.
Yeah, I'll let you figure out more of the specifics, but my idea was I give you one tank, probably, I could probably
We can
give
do it
you,
with two
like,
tanks.
yeah, I give you Hazel, I think, and we're good.
Okay.
Just have, like, a melee take blue golem, or actually, like, you guys have two-fist range? I don't think so.
Well, we have
Um,
Sinead's fake. She can keep interrupting. We can have two fake tanks on north and have just keep interrupting, and then whenever whoever's doing blue is done, they'll just grab the green off of red.
yeah, that's
Let it
fine.
change it. Yeah, we'll be fine.
I'll let you like figure out the specifics. I was just thinking, make sure you have an interrupt for blue as well, because blue is probably gonna cast
Yeah,
metamorphic
oh man.
if you don't
Yep.
have like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna be good. Uh, okay, go ahead. If you're on, golems, ballpark will figure it out. We are going to need one fake tank on slimes, but we'll also figure that out before we drop down. William, I'm probably gonna ask you to. So William, if you could slot like a mimic and an incense for me. Um, and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slot my actions, slot my pure essence and re-razor. Um, we do have the technology to. I'm going to use technology to make sure that everyone is using some decent actions. Just to make sure that we have everything set up, good to go. Once you have slotted your pure essence re-razor to starting actions, make sure you fill up your holster all the way. You should be at 99 of 99 space or whatever your maximum is. If you have any empty space out, fill it with light curtains or re-razors or whatever. Ether kits if you're like a caster Dark Knight. Just don't have any empty space, because once we get started, we cannot come back to this cache. There's no reason to go ahead and waste space when we cannot come back, so, better to bring something like a light curtain or an ether kit or a re-razor that you may or may not use than to just have empty space. Yeah, slimes should have plenty of damage, hopefully. I'm gonna go and double check actions. Ballpark is good. Okay, I think we are mostly good on actions. Zarek, I'm not gonna stop you from bringing Flarestar. However, I am going to tell you that Flarestar is pretty rough to play in DRS now, especially after 7.2. Most of the time, you're just gonna be better bringing a chain spell and playing normally. Yeah, I would like I have done a lot of Flarestar in my time. I would not personally, but it is up to you again. If you are, make sure you have enough support in your party, like a healer with full cure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, actions look good, essences look good. No one is missing an essence, no one has a weird essence. Sorry, make sure that you pop a re-razor here. You pop a re-razor here. Yep, perfect. And then go refill your holster. Just cause like you get a free one here, may as well use it. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. At this time, what I'm gonna ask is if you are on if you are on Golem side, that is if you're in parties A or B, except for Hazel, who is going to Golem side, go ahead, sorry, if you're on Golem side, that is party F, as well as Hazel. Please go ahead and swap voice channels. So again, party F plus Hazel, go ahead and swap voice channels, go down to the Golem's voice channel, where Ballpark is gonna tell you what to do. I'm so sorry. And if you were in parties A and B and your name is not Hazel, you're going to be going down to the same side, arguably worse. We don't have to do a ton of setup up here, so at this time, once you have double checked your holster is full, you have everything you need, you are 99 of 99, you can go ahead and drop down on the pad. Let me make sure I do not forget my perception. Let me not pull a seal here. There we go. Yeah, parties A and B, you can walk straight down to this pad on the left side once you have everything you need. Wait, am I muted? God damn it. Okay. Yeah, parties A and B, if your name is not Hazel, you can go ahead and drop down on this pad on the left side once your holster is 99 of 99. Okay. I'm going to go and put down some markers. I'm going to ask you please to not step on the markers for me. These markers are going to represent rooms and positions. 1, 2, 3, 4 obviously being the rooms, and A and B representing the north and south hallway where there are going to be some ads that spawn. Before I explain anything, I'm going to go ahead and, before I assign anything, I'm going to go ahead and explain a couple of things about slimes. I'm going to do /5 slimes into your learning. So, welcome to slimes. In slimes, we have a very basic goal. We are trying to get the 4 tanks to get, a grand total of 6 green slimes merged all together on those green paths. How we're going to do this is tanks. We're going to be following the 3, 2, 1 pattern. What that means is we're all going to take turns grabbing slimes out of the middle of the hallway. Tank 1 is going to pull all 3 of them and pull them to their room. Tank 2 will do the same. Tank 3 will do the same. Tank 4 will do the same. After that, tanks will then take turns grabbing 2. So tank 2 will go out, use their ranged attack provoke to grab 2. Tanks 2 and 3 will grab 2, and then tank 4 will grab 2. After that, a healer will grab 1 for you and hold it. And make sure tanks, once you grab all 5, you're going to center them up on the pad, and get them to merge together. Okay, at this time, I'm going to need all the tanks to stand on 2, 3, or 4. So Sophia, Jiren, please choose 2, 3, or 4. Doesn't matter which one. Perfect. William, you're going to be room 3. If it wasn't obvious, these markers correspond to the rooms. The southwest marker is the southwest room. The southeast marker is the southeast room. Northeast marker is the northeast room. Northwest marker is the northwest room. Again, tanks, your job is going to be to pull the green slimes. I will call out when and how many to pull. But again, we're following the 3, 2, 1 pattern, so you'll take turns grabbing 3 from the middle, then grabbing 2 from the middle with your shield ball provoke, and then your healer will bring 1 for us all to provoke at the same time. Couple important things I see messed up a lot. First of all, after you grab the initial 3, do not run out of the hallway. You can just walk to the doorway and use your provoke and ranged attack. If you run out of the hallway, you are liable to pull more than you expect. Second mistake, make sure that you keep your slime on the center of that green pad in your room. The slime needs to be on the pad in order to actually clear the encounter. And while it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, you should keep it as center as possible to make it nice and easy. Finally, make sure that you do not pull the last green slime until I say to provoke, and when you do, pull it through the middle of your big green slime. So for example, if you look at me right here, the 1, if my healer was at B, and I tried to provoke my the small slime through my big slime at 1, I would want to stand right here, putting my big slime between me and the small slime. The slimes, the middle of their hitboxes need to be touching for them to actually fuse. So if you do not actually overlap them, then they won't actually fuse. That's basically it for tank stuff though. Other than that, just keep yourself alive. Do not use self heals, but otherwise, use your mitigation. And yeah. At this time, if you have any questions, tanks, please ask them in yell chat. And turn on your tank stances if you do not. Okay, next up, we're going to need 2 hallway tanks. Hallway tanks, your job is very simple. You are just going to kill some ads in the north and the south. Any DPS can do this. I'm going to prefer melee DPS because you can stun an AoE. Okay, I feel like we're missing a lot of people. Where is all of... Okay, maybe I'm just missing things. I'm going to have Zerag in the south and Estelle in the north. Your jobs are very simple. You are just going to kill the hallway soldiers that spawn. There will be Bojin soldiers, they're very basic. Just attack them and kill them. They'll do some point blank AoEs, but you do not have to worry about it. Just dodge out of it. Estelle, if you could go to A for me, you're going to be the north hallway tank. Okay, perfect. Next up is going to be healers. I don't know how many healers we actually have on the side. If you're a healer, come jump on me real quick. perfect. For healers, nice and easy. I'm gonna have each of you go to one of the 4 rooms. Please go to 1, 2, 3, or 4, 1 per room. Yep. There we go. 6, 5, 8, perfect. And 7. Okay, healers, your job is very, very simple. I like to say that there's basically 3 things you need to do in order. So, healers, you have 3 basic jobs. Number 1, you need to pull the last slime for your tank. At the very end, once all tanks have gotten their 5, gotten them grouped on the pad, I will tell healers to go into the doorway, use their basic layer doses Malefic Broil on one of the green slimes, and just hold it in the corner. If you look into DRS learning, you see that positions during slime clear image, you are basically going to want to be standing on like the north or south inner corners of your room. You want to be far away from the middle, because fun fact about the green slimes, you can actually, like, if you're walking behind a wall, you can still aggro them. So make sure you're staying away from the middle, don't pull them to the middle corner, and don't pull them to the corner where all your DPS are standing. Keep them nice and far away from both. That's your number 1 job. If you do nothing else, please make sure you do that. However, your second priority is going to be to help kill the red slimes. We are very, very low on damage here because of how few people we have. So you want to make sure that you are helping kill the red slimes. Just wait for a DPS to get the tether attached to them, and then use your glares, your dots, whatever, to kill them. And then your third and final most important priority, normally this is number 2, but we're very low on people, you need to keep your tanks alive. Especially after they get their, like, 5th slime, their 4th and 5th slimes, they're going to take a lot of auto attack damage. And while it's usually good for tanks to, like, heal them, to, like, mitigate themselves, sometimes that isn't going to be enough, so you should still use, like, your heal over times and your basic benefits, whatever, to keep them alive. That's basically it for healing. Again, 3-tier priority system, pull the green slime, help kill reds, and keep your tank alive. Healers, if you have any questions, please ask them, otherwise just come jump on me in the middle if you are good. Decibel, if you have questions, please ask them in yell, otherwise, okay, perfect. Finally is going to be DPS. Now we are very low on DPS. We're basically going to have, I believe, like 2 to a room. Something like that. DPS, it is your job to kill the red slimes. Red slimes will spawn periodically, like every 30 seconds or something. 30-40 seconds. You need to kill them, because if they stay in the room, either they will, if they stay alive too long, another red slime will spawn and they will try to fuse together with the red slimes, fully healing them and getting a big damage boost. That is our number 1 fail condition. They can also cause another fail condition, because if they are left alone and they tether to the tank because the tank attacks them, and then it fuses with the tank slime, that is also why, because it's going to get an even bigger damage boost. And it's going to run around and kill everyone, and we have to restart the building process. It's just over if that happens. So again, it is of utmost priority that you kill the red slimes. This is normally where I would say you do not need to use lost actions here. However, that's not necessarily super true here. I'm going to ask if you have something with a lot of charges. That is something like Cure 4, Dervish, arguably even Chainsaw. It might be a good idea to use 1 charge if you start getting overwhelmed, like if there are 2 reds in your room at once. Don't be afraid to use 1 charge of lost actions, because once we get past this, the damage will be fine. So with that said, I'm going to ask if I could have at least 1 DPS to every room. DPS, just split yourselves up. I still feel like we're short on DPS, shorter than we should be, but yeah, we're definitely missing some people. How many people in party B are still at the boss? Someone drop on the wrong side? You're all here? Down. Yeah, everyone's here except Hazel. Okay, this is pretty dire, but it's fine. We have 2 here, 1 here, 1 here.
Send Bartavius to 3, I think.
Yeah, Bartavius, if you could go to 3, Wobble should hopefully be able to solo a room.
I should have the burst for it. It's just room 3 has a it's the one with a healer that doesn't have any raise. So
Yeah,
That's less damage. So
Okay. And yeah, hopefully we'll be fine. Just be careful. Damage is a little low. And yeah. Yeah, ballpark beat us. We do have a lot of things to explain here on the golems, on the slime side. However, I still went in like actual general explanations. My explanations are only 45 minutes, his are an hour long. So okay, with that said, I think we have basically everything good. If you have any questions, oh wait, I didn't fully explain. DPS. So I explained what your job is, but not exactly how to do it. DPS, your job. If you look again at that positions during slime clear image, you want to be in the furthest corners of your rooms. So if you're in the southwest room, you want to be in that far southwest corner. Basically, as far away from the middle of the arena as possible. There will be red slimes that spawn. You need to attack them so that they tether to you. And then kill them. Make sure that you're try and make sure that you are killing them as fast as possible. Because again, they'll spawn roughly every 40 seconds until they eventually take a break for a little bit. And if two exist at once, they will try and fuse. And if they fuse, they are probably going to kill you. If we're low on damage, we will probably change how we're doing this after like 1 or 2 failed pulls. But hopefully that doesn't have to happen. If we do mess up, it is no big deal. We'll just go back in again, give it another shot. This is considered the harder side, not necessarily because the mechanics are harder, but because there are way more failure states. If you have any questions, please do ask. I mean, we're always percepting rooms. Generally, we don't want to blow up the traps because you could kill people near you. You can not only kill people near you, but like you can also make wiping way slower if something goes wrong. Please, I'm gonna ask, especially here on Vote, don't blow up traps unless you get told to. During barracks at least. Afterwards, you know, go have fun. But we like to keep them for barracks because it makes wiping much faster and it is much less dangerous. That does bring up one thing I was going to explain though. I'm gonna go ahead and run a ready check in A and B, but I'm going to quickly explain 2 more things. Okay. Number 1 is going to be traps. In this encounter, if you remember Delu and Regining Normal, there are going to be some traps in these rooms. Our Perceptor has gone ahead and checked the 2 south rooms. We know that there is a trap in the southwest room, the middle of the hallway, and one of the 2 north rooms. So please make sure that you do not go through the middle, and you do not cross, and you do not enter those 2 north rooms until they are percepted. You can simply stand in the doorway and do your job. And darling, obviously, if you could percept the middle, then room 1, then the 2 north rooms. And that'll be good. Yeah, you can also hog the wall, but generally I'm going to recommend just stand in the doorway, pull the red slimes back, and kill them. Okay, I think we're good to go. Final thing. At the end of the encounter, I'm gonna give a countdown for all tanks to provoke. 3, 2, 1. At the end of that countdown, they'll provoke their slimes. Once I see that all rooms have done that, I'm going to tell you all to grab any red slimes in your room and run out towards the north. You're going to run through the northern doors and then run all the way to the east at the very end of the bridge. Don't worry, you can't actually fall off these bridges. Trust me, if we could, it would be so funny.
if you do fall off somehow, I'll pay you 1,000,000 gil.
It would be so funny if it happened, but you can just run to the corner, the far corner on the far northeast. Just get away from the slimes, because if you are too close, you will take a ton of damage and may just die. And we don't want that. Okay, that's everything. No one in my party run a ready check, so I guess I will have to.
Damn.
This is so sad. Let me know when party B is ready. Party A is ready. Okay, B is ready. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and let them know that we are ready. Okay, at this time, countdown has started. I'm going to recommend if you have some raid food, pop it now. Raid food is free extra damage. You may as well pop it. You lose nothing if you have some extra like Mokeka or something. Additionally, tanks, make sure your stances are on. Everyone go ahead and set your cardio carbuncle, dance partner. As a reminder, the only room that is guaranteed to not have a trap in it is the southeast room. Do not enter any other room until it is percepted, or I say that all traps have been found. Once you open the store, just head towards your room. Tank 1 is going to pull the first 3 green signs. Okay. Tank 1 is grabbing these first 3. Tank 2, you can get ready. Yep, that's the trap in the middle. It's at the back. You can just percept here, darling. Percept here where I'm standing. Okay, trap in the middle is gone. Tank 2, grab your 3. Okay, it's just not in here then, if you didn't find it. Be careful in all the other rooms. We don't actually know where the traps are. Tank 3, go ahead and grab those 3 slimes. Keep killing those red slimes. Yep, there is a poison trap there. I believe there's an explosion trap. Tank 4, grab those 3. There's a bomb trap in room 4, if you could percept that. Okay, next up, Tank 1 is grabbing 2 of them. That looks like a kind of big red slime. That's concerning. Yeah, we just don't have the damage to actually kill. This is definitely just a slime swipe at this time. Okay, so, at this time, go ahead. I'm going to ask you all to click off your pure essences. Click off your pure essences. You can right click on the buff and they will go away. Gather up in the middle. We are going to have to wipe. Someone can say in shout chat that they say slimes wipe for me. Okay, so, couple of things went wrong there. Yeah, we just don't have the damage. We are going to have to change a couple of things.
Want to do halls?
Yeah, we're probably just gonna do halls, unfortunately. Oh, you know what? Win in Crystal, do as Crystal does, I guess. Once you die and re-raise, go ahead and use any attacks that you can be hit again. I'm not doing the greedy strat because I think it's just bad.
Which one is it?
The greedy, like, 12-person holding. I think it's just as much failure state as the, like, first rampage, and you can't just have, like, 2 trustworthy people carry it. So I would rather just do normal Lema.
Alright,
Okay.
I can...
Go ahead and attack so that you can keep dying. You can click off your pure essence if you haven't already. Everyone is dead. Perfect. Go and leave the instance. If you were in Gengos before, you can go to the cache, grab another pure essence and another re-raiser. You are going to need to use a new one of those. And yeah. Okay. We are going to have to
Also-
change how we do things.
Being off to the side for that trap, just looking at the message you put in yell. The trap is in one of 3 locations that will cover either the entire left wall, the middle, or the entire right wall. So running through the middle without it percepted is gambling, unless it's percepted.
Yeah, if you look into the first image in the Slime's Guide command, or even the Golem command, they're actually in the same places on both sides. You can see where the traps are. There's always one in that middle of the hallway. There's 2 potential spots in each room. And if you need to pre-percept, I recommend just stand on, like, the brown wooden pillars. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go and queue us back in. Go ahead and hit commence for me. Same as last time. Once we enter, do not take those glowing pods. We are going to have to reorganize a couple things. We're going to slightly change how we're doing things to make it actually work. Okay, at this time, once again, do not take either of the glowing paths. If you take the glowing path, then you are stuck down there. There is no way back. Do not take those glowing paths. I'm receiving reports that no matter what we did though, it would have actually been a golem wipe as well probably, so we're actually chilling. At this time again, pop your pure essence re-raiser. Once you've done that, you shouldn't need to set up another set of actions, unless you use 1 charge of them, in which case go ahead and activate like another chain spell, cure 4, dervish, whatever, if you use a couple charges. Otherwise, go ahead and load back up your full holster. We are going to make a couple changes. Okay. First of all, we're going to change the method that we're doing this. I'm going to have 2 people I can trust to bring Rampage or Burst. I'm trying to think who I want to do that. Obviously,
I can
Wobble's
move
going to be
south.
north. Or Wobble can be south,
North.
yeah. Wobble, you're south. I think. Honestly,
North is the
ideally, I
slightly
would
easier
be.
one.
I think ideally I would be North Rampage, but that doesn't really work. Let's see.
Yeah, you'd need another fake.
I mean... What if I did the... No, we... Sure... I was considering doing the 5-man slimes. I mean, it would work.
Just do the 5-man strat, have me grab all 8 and...
No,
you'd be fine.
I would grab all 8, and you'd just be fake tank.
I would be fake tank?
Yeah. You'd be fake tank, I would grab all 8. I mean, I'm really considering it, honestly. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna try that, actually, I think. I think that might be the best way to do this. It's either that or I ask a bunch of people to bring Rampage and Burst, which is really expensive and annoying.
Yeah, it's just a lot of mimics.
Yeah, it's a lot of mimics or like second actions, a lot of people losing re-raisers, and we have a lot of new people on the side, so I'd rather just do that. Okay, so Wobble, you are now the room 1 tank. Congratulations. Let me make my holster work real quick, and then, Oh, actually, it's so easy to make work. I just drop a re-raise. There we go. Huge. Okay. So, couple things are gonna change. I'm gonna say this before we drop down. Okay, so, how we're going to do slimes. Remember how we had all those reds last time? You are not going to have to deal with any of them. What's gonna happen? I'm going to grab all 8 of the red slimes. There can only be 8 red slimes at once. So I'm going to grab all 8 of the red slimes and just hold on to them. You do not have to do anything with them. Tanks, your job is to deal with the green slimes. Once again, same thing. I will still be calling. Just make sure that you are grabbing them very, very urgently. Because I will be going through the middle to grab red slimes. So it's very urgent that you are on top of it, grabbing those green slimes, like proactively. When the tank before you grabs theirs, get to your doorway to grab the next ones. Okay.
Won't need stance on, so it's easy to get aggro on him.
Yeah. I won't have stance on. You literally just need to hit them. And yeah. Other than that, yeah, DPS, just don't walk into traps. And yeah, you'll be fine. You actually have no job other than killing the hallway soldiers. There will be ads that spawn in the north and the south. DPS, your job is simply to stand at the north and the south of the hallway and kill those hallway soldiers. Okay, let me grab a potion kit because I feel like I'm gonna need one. And then, oh, let me also not forget my percept. That almost happened again.
I have a spare.
Okay, yeah.
It fits.
So you can interrupt them to cancel the fusion. However, typically, if you're grabbing too many, like if you grab 3 green slimes instead of 2, when you need to grab 2, you can only interrupt one of them. And there's going to be 4 green slimes that are casting at that time. In that example, right? So, it's not really feasible. You just got to make sure you grab the right amount. The number one easiest way to make sure that you grab the right amount is to not run into the middle of the hallway. Just simply stay in your doorway or behind it and just range attack slimes from there. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Note that your provoke can be used at your first pull too.
Yeah.
Do you have it off cooldown for the last one?
Okay. I'm gonna quickly go ahead and see if Golems needs extra DPS. Some of you might be going to the Golem side to help them. Don't worry, Golem's very easy. I'm gonna go see.
Maryland, PA, or New Jersey.
I am in
ballpark.
one of those states. Yes.
Do you need more DPS?
No.
Okay,
We are
perfect.
fine on DPS.
We are doing 5-man signs basically, so I have a ton of extra DPS.
What?
It's the best solution
Are
I
you-
can come up with.
Are you sending more? If you're sending more people, we can take more people if you're trying to get rid of people.
Well, I'm just having them kill hallway ads at this point. So I can send you like an extra couple DPS if you want them.
Sure.
Okay, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
why not?
Okay, I'm accepting 2 volunteers to go to the golem side. If you want to go to golems, have a nice easy time. Hopefully slimes will also be a nice easy time. Say something, I'll send you over. Who wants to go to golem side? 2 of you are going. If no one volunteers, I'm volunteering. Golem's very easy. You're literally just like basically on a hunt train. Yeah. Okay,
From room to room killing him.
what I'm gonna have is let's see, Decibel, I'm gonna have you go to golems. You're just gonna take the other pod, and Bartavius, you're also gonna go to golems. I think that'll work fine. Okay, but yeah, tanks, healers, you guys are doing the same thing. Only exception is that Wobble is a tank now instead of me. DPS, you are going to be killing the hallway soldiers. That's just in the north and the south. Traps work the same way. I'll help you pre-percept. At this time, if you have your pure essence from your user into starting actions, go ahead and drop down. Make sure your holster is full before you drop down, because again, you cannot come back. God, this is one of the dumbest things I've done in my time hosting. But okay, this holster should work. So actually, wait, let me make it work better though.
Rampage C4.
Yeah, I kind of need it to. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say like C2, but you know.
Oh well, yeah, I guess
Doesn't
so.
matter if it's already slotted.
It's the same either way, I think. But
You're gonna be out of range,
yeah.
hopefully.
Okay, at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and put down waymarks. DPS. You are not going into rooms once again this time. You're just going to A or B, which is the north and the south hallway. Just go ahead and split yourselves up. I will be taking all of the red slimes. And yeah, hopefully nothing goes wrong. If we wipe, it's probably my fault. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, what you need to do, you need to go all the way to this corner right here. Yeah. And this is where you percept. Okay, drop southwest. You can also percept right here where I'm standing to see if it's close or far. If you percept here and you sense a trap, then it is in the doorway, basically. Okay, then it's in the very back of the room. You can just percept once at the doorway and then percept once on the pad. So it's very, very easy. And that goes for all rooms. If you percept once at the doorway and there's no trap, you just go up to that green pad in the middle and percept. And for the hallway trap, I recommend just going to that big pile of rubble right there and pressing perception. And that'll catch it. Okay. Yeah, so again, DPS, please split yourselves between A and B. You are no longer going to rooms, you are simply killing hallway golems. Healers, you also no longer have to worry about red slimes. Please do not touch the red slimes if you are not me. No one should be touching the red slimes except me. Also, do not touch my pack of red slime friends once I actually get them all, because I'm just going to be holding them and rampaging them. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, I mean, we're going to have to figure something else out.
Let me just do normal halls if this doesn't work.
Well, yeah, but I don't have another, like, rampager. That's the thing.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I can supply fragments, but knowing the role.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, tanks are doing the same thing. There's basically the same thing. Just keep your tank alive. Just don't touch red slimes. And yeah. I'm gonna go let them know that slimes is ready. I'm assuming golems are ready. Considering they're not saying anything, but
Is this the DRS super tank?
God, don't say it like that. I do think this is actually a pretty fire way to do slimes. It's just kind of hard, like, organizationally, I think.
Everyone's got to be on point because you're grabbing all the greens instead of doing the funny 5-man where you just don't have damage.
Yeah. Okay, at this time, go ahead and make sure that your stance are on if you are a tank. Yeah, I think we're chilling. William, you don't have a healer. I'm sure you'll be fine. You know how to do it without a healer, probably. I hope.
Yeah, I can do it. I can do
Helen's
it.
done it before.
I know you've done it before, so we'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna open the doorway. Again, there is a trap in the middle. Do not run through the middle until the trap is percepted. Percept the middle, then in room order. Doors opening. Tank 1, get ready. Again, do not touch red slimes. Do not touch red slimes. I'm gonna grab them one by one. Okay, tank 2, grab your 3. Tank 3, get ready. Tank 3, grab yours. Sorry about being slow picking up red slimes. I do have to be careful to make sure they don't actually fuse. Okay, well, we'll figure this out. I'll figure this out. I'll be fine, surely. Copium. That's bad. Okay, yeah, this is... I don't know how I make this work. Just keep doing signs. If someone... Wobble, can you handle, like, actual sign callouts? Oh, this doesn't work, actually.
Alright.
I got a red slime on me.
I've got it. There are red signs in other rooms, though, so I'm just fucking...
Yep. Other rooms can grab your 2. I believe everyone should be able to.
Yeah, grab your 2. Grab your 2.
Be careful about the number.
I was very close. Can you grab that red slime out of the way?
And healers can start grabbing the 1 out of the hallway that they need.
Yeah, I'm just dead. Yeah, this is a wipe. Okay, this just doesn't fucking work. Yeah,
We all
I can't do this. I can't make this work. Okay, this is just a wipe. I'm sorry. Let me figure out how to make this work.
Well, we're not alone on that.
Do we want to teach someone to rampage? Because I have the fragments for it.
Okay, go and gather up the middle. Yeah, blow up. If you re-raise when use an action, run up to the northeastern. There's a trap in there. You can also just wait for the ruptures to go off or attack any red sign. Go ahead and wipe. Oh, Golems is also struggling. Okay. I'm trying to think. I really want to think about how to make this work.
We could reduce it to 8. 8 people, 8 trusted people, and then send the rest to columns.
Yeah, I could do. We could do
have
true
8
5-9.
millimeters?
We could do true 5-9, but I kind of have to reorganize that stuff. Okay.
It does. I'm not gonna try true 5-man on an Anyprog.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. What are oh wait, actually, I can just steal some from golems and give them more people. Okay. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna reorganize. I'm gonna take. We're probably gonna do 8-man slimes, and we're gonna do just normal golems.
Okay.
Because you guys are struggling. I cannot
I've
figure
done it.
out for the life of me how to make the slimes work with like one person who can rampage. So we're gonna figure stuff out. If you could hop back up to slimes main for me real quick. Okay, we're gonna reorganize real quick. We're gonna make this work. One more attempt. We're gonna do 8-person slime. So I'm gonna pick 8 people to come with me. And give the rest to golem side. Okay, let me figure out who I want to take. Okay. I'm going to have, let's see, Zane Wobble, Phil.
We need Phil for Percept on golems.
Well, I can just give you another stuff.
Or we can take the slime Percept and
Yeah,
take it over to
yeah,
golem
that's
side.
fine. Okay, I'm gonna have, let's see, Zane, Phil, Carlana, Wobble. You guys are going to be interrupters / pillars. For tanks, I'm going to have me, William. Can I take Carter? Does that work? No, probably not, right? Well,
You can exchange 2 tanks for the other 2 tanks on golem.
You have Phil and Percept excellence, by the way.
yeah.
So I don't know how you want to do that, but that's
Well,
what you slotted
I'm
in.
just thinking of the last tank.
Percept can be a red puller that pulls 2 a Rampage or Burst with Excellence.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Oh, actually, you know what? No, that's hard. Okay, Wobble, do you want to solo a hallway? Just solo north.
Solo North, like all 4 reds.
Yeah, you just take all 4. You're gonna take a lot of autos just to make sure you have Protect Bubble, Podcast.
I should be able to. I also have Summoner Shield,
Okay, so I'll have.
and I can just kite them if I want.
Oh, actually, I have this. Hold on.
Well, you also have the people that are bringing reds to you that are going to get an AoE or 2 in. That's going to help too.
Well, if I'm solo North,
Well, they're bringing. Are you getting all 4 reds?
that means I take all 4.
They're going to fuse.
But
before
you have
get 'em.
you have Rampage or Burst.
They have Rampage.
So,
Oh, yeah, I got Burst. I can hit him.
Yeah.
I've done
Okay.
this on Scholar.
Okay, okay.
It's
we'll
just gonna be
have-
weirder on
I feel
Summoner.
one of them's going to get too close before you can get all of them.
No, it's just gonna be a little weird on Summoner because I can't heal myself as much. But that's the only change.
Okay. I think this is my plan. I think this should work. Hopefully. I don't really have a better plan than this. I think so. Yeah. Okay. This is what we're gonna do on slimes. If you are not on the following image, you are going to the golem side. Ballpark will lead you. Hopefully, it should be easy. You have plenty of tanks. And by plenty, I mean 3. So you'll be fine, surely. If you're on this image, you are going to golems. If I have you on slimes and you can't do what I put you as, please say something. I can shuffle stuff around. At this time, if you are not myself, Carter, Phil, Carlana, Sane, William, Wobble, go ahead and swap voice channels. Go down to golems for me. Okay. Go ahead and double check you have your pure essence reusers. And yeah.
Oh, Paul, how many tanks do we have over here? Like actual tanks?
Actual tanks we have me and you.
Okay.
Yeah. So
They have. Okay, so they have 3 tanks,
they have 3 tanks. Yeah.
and they can figure it out.
I
don't
believe in
trust them
ballpark.
to do the. I don't trust them to do the red white strat that I was doing, but that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be better than fucking trying to pull all 16 reds while there is still just green sitting in the hallway. Hopefully. So this time, double check your pure reusers or everything. I'm gonna go ahead and zone us in.
The nice part is the reds don't aggro unless you get near them.
Yeah.
I was gambling on that for like my room, staying as far away from them as I could.
It's just so fucking hard to pull all of them without them fusing and like with a timer, because there are actually people in the rooms. Okay. Go and pop your pure, pop your reuser, all of that. Okay. Are all of you guys good to do the roles I have you as? That is me, William, Sonic, Carter as tanks, Wobble, Carlana as interrupters, and Phil, you are percepting, and once you're done percepting, you will take the south rooms. That means Carlana, you're going to be taking the first 2 in the south probably, and then hopefully Phil can take it like 1, maybe even 2 in the second set. Wobble, you're taking all of them. Make sure you get Protect, Bubble, Potion Kit, as you will be taking a lot of damage. You will be surprised.
Not really. I've done it on Scholar. I know how much I feel myself. It's kind of painful. But I
Yeah.
will bring an extra pocket, I think. Basically just sacking a tiny bit of weight for later, but my party's got a full cure anyway, so.
Okay, we should be good. I'm gonna say wait to drop down to golems is ready because golems might have some weird stuff. If you need protect, if you need protect, come to the C for Stella, I guess. And if you need bubble, come to B for bubble. I will actually wait. I already mimicked my pop PR. Okay. Yeah. Just get your
Casting it.
post and stuff ready.
Hey, Paul, what's your pure?
I'm
I don't
gonna
know
pop
why
it
I
now.
popped the medikit there.
If I jump down without the pure, it will be embarrassing for a host to have no pure.
Wait. Razor, and yeah, we're good. I think. I trust this to succeed more than I trust golems to succeed at this point. So.
Nope, send a Pokeball.
Uh.
Question mark?
She said she's restarting real quick.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. No one Pokeball then. We're good.
Dude, if taking all of the rads myself actually worked, I was actually gonna be mad, like genuinely.
It,
Oh, I mean, you
It could work in theory.
No, it can work. Do
It
you want my
can work.
bag for it?
I know it can work. It's not a bad thing. It's just a skill issue thing. Like I just
it's-
can't do it while calling as well. It's just
Oh yeah, while calling is impossible.
while calling with people with like mostly new tanks. Like it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, the strat that I was gonna do in the low man stuff was I was gonna run Savior C2.
But I would have been fine without Savior with just like C2 Rampage. But
I'm poking Cam to update AV.
Okay, I should update EV.
No, it literally doesn't work right now.
I
Celery
have
put in.
yeah. Sully also has the new like link for temporary, but didn't Cam like lose
Oh.
access to his GitHub or something? I thought that was the
No,
problem.
he's just fucking stupid and lazy.
Classic.
Literally. I should break up with him.
On
Damn.
God.
I can't make jokes like that when I'm like literally gonna be moving out to go live with him in less than 2 months.
Yeah. You know, I actually learned puppy beds not that uncomfortable. So
Dude, they're
gonna-
so comfortable.
you're gonna be living
Dude,
good.
no, they're so comfortable. You don't get it.
Yeah, like one puppy bed, one puppy bed, one hammock, like a TV to play Balatro or some shit on. Like
Dude,
you're good.
like you get it. I already have the hammock, and a human-sized puppy bed is only like $80.
For real? Damn.
Probably more if we got like a nice one, which we probably will.
It's an economic choice because mattresses are fucking expensive.
Right?
I'm just gonna keep casting this until people are ready up. I will run out of charges.
Yeah,
You ever use a whole bubble?
I have. But the joke is that we keep joking about like, oh, I'm gonna buy a puppy bed and I'm gonna. People keep joking like, oh, you two are gonna buy a puppy bed and have it under Cam's desk. No, I will not have it under his desk. I'm not in defeat. Instead, it'll just be in his office. Because our fucking apartment has an office, apparently. Anyways, I'm really excited to move.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm sure Golems is almost ready. Pop a push kit if you're taking something. All the normal stuff. I trust you guys. If we Golem swipe, I will fucking cry laughing. So. Yeah, I don't know. Let's figure out rooms, I guess. Oh wait, I already figured out rooms. I assigned them. Right. Okay, just mark yourself with your room, I guess.
I'm gonna do a circle
Do a circle. I'll do a
for wild
cancel
card.
one because I'm definitely gonna feel like the main tank.
Dude. I wish we had more
Yeah,
than
I
like 25. It's just hard.
I should
Ah,
resummon Cardi. I'm gonna want that.
Hey, when did the subreddit turn into corn?
Yeah, stuff has not been getting much traction recently, especially with Savage ramping up tomorrow, and it's like,
Why run DRS?
A
when I
lot
could
of-
be crafting 2,000 potions.
A lot of people are also probably like asleep right now, so they can wake up to alarm clock.
yeah.
I would like to start Savage. I'm just scared.
Oh, you should just do it, man. last tier is really fun, and I've got really high hopes for this tier.
I week 1 cleared last tier, and I was like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Savage a try, but it's gonna be my first time doing Savage. Current content Savage at least.
Okay, we can go ahead and drop down now. Obviously, make sure holster full or whatever.
Oh, I nearly dropped
Don't forget pure like me. Drop down, and we're good.
Don't forget food. You're gonna want it.
Yeah, Phil, just percept, and then I'm gonna have you take both those slimes from the south 2 rooms on the second wave. So after you're done percepting,
You
just
just
grab...
need me to bring the Carlana, right? You don't need me to actually like slot rampage.
Yeah, you just bring them to Carlana and just stand with Carlana.
And we won't be killing the reds.
I was trying to do math to try and make rampage work. I'm like, wait a minute, it's gonna be kind of fucked
Nah.
up.
Yeah, no, I would not
This
do
is
that
why-
to you, Duelist.
This is why 7 is so much more comfortable than 6.
Oh, yeah. Well, for 6, if you have 4 tanks, it's actually really easy as well. You just blow up
Yeah,
the
you just have
traps.
tank 4%.
Well, you also just blow up the traps.
I mean-
Alternatively.
I
But,
was thinking about fake tank scenario.
yeah.
Because in a fake tank scenario, you can have tank 4%. And they can slot in their incense and just lose a tiny bit of weight later.
Literally 2 weight, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let them know that Slime's ready.
2's a lot.
Okay.
You can
Room
go
1
with
has
that
no
right now
top.
for the extra space.
Man, I don't even gotta call shit here. It's so easy. Why didn't I do this at first? See, I got influenced because like so many hosts have been doing Loma and Golems recently. That shit's so fake. Like there's out of 24 mana, and I think there's just like if you have 7 people you can trust, just do Loma and Slimes. I think.
100%
Slimes is
agree.
the aggro puzzle. Golems is the DPS. Golems is easy to forget it's DPS when you have enough people in a Lin re-clear that you kill the blue one before its tank buster goes off.
I've seen so many like 8-man golems not even need like the lost actions even though. Like it's not even a DPS check necessarily. It's like an interrupt puzzle at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the only actual DPS check is compaction. And lol, get cast locked.
No, like literally, if you time it to cast lock it, it's like you can easily beat it.
You gain like what, at least 10 seconds on it?
At
For
least.
free.
5, not more tea.
How bad will
'Cause-
I'll shield heal. We can do doll skip.
Dude, let's go.
I love doll skip. It's so funny.
Southeast mid north. Pop food if you haven't. More food, more HP. Pink 2 ready. Reds are out. Carlana can grab both the south ones. Perfect. And then Phil, you'll grab both the south ones this time. Pink 3. Make sure you incense one of them. And fake tanks, don't forget to kite your slime. Thank you, Phil. Okay, you guys can just hold reds. Tank 4, grab yours. Interrupt the song. Okay, perfect. Which one? Hey, one of them is dead. That's concerning. Bro, if we have a golem swipe again, I'm gonna laugh so hard. 2 and 3 both get ready. Tank 2 and 3 both get ready. Okay, tank 2 actually only, exclusively. Tanks 3 and 4 can both get ready this time. Okay, tank 3, go ahead and get ready. You're grabbing 2. We did weird order, I guess, but this works just as well. And then once you grab your 2, tanks, you can just mark one of the ones in the hallway. Next, go ahead and mark one of the slimes in the hallway once you get yours merged together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, perfect. At this time, go ahead and target your slime in 3, 2, 1. Provoke. When you can, yeah, you're good. Okay, go ahead and get them centered up, get them fusing. I think we're good. This shit should be free though. Interrupters, make sure that you hang back to stop them from fusing. Everyone else can just run to the north once your two are fusing. Yeah, we're good in all rooms. Go ahead and run out. We can call
Doc
Rux.
can run now.
Yeah. Again, Carlana, Wobble, make sure you guys are being stayed.
Oh, nice collection you got there.
Here, let me get to the corner. Let me give William clemency, I guess. Yeah, Carlana, you should probably just run here, honestly. I mean, you'll be fine. You'll live, but like...
Yeah, it's only 2.
Oh, how did I get here?
Perfect. Okay, we're chilling. Kill Bojan soldiers, don't let them get stacks. Okay, they're almost done. They had a death, but we're seeing Seeker. Holy fuck.
How bad are you now?
No, we didn't do the funny.
We're chilling. This is normal.
I hope we don't see a Reaper jump scare.
Oh, I thought it was so funny when you were like, okay, tanks, go ahead and mark your slimes. And I was like, not going to mark my slime because I was just going to go pull it. And then one just walked into my room.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Wanderer in Southeast.
Yeah, it just walked into my room and I just pulled it. And I was just, because you can hold, like, the, like, oh, everyone needs to evoke at the same time. Like, puzzle is so unnecessary.
Yeah, but also like...
Consistency.
Well, not even. Literally just, like, kite your 5, or, like, kite your 4 stack to the back of the room, grab a slime, and then stand on the middle of the pad, and you'll just hold both of them on both sides of the
Having them
pad.
on either side of you.
No, and, like, they don't fuse. If they're on both sides of you, like, if you just let them walk up to you, they'll stop out of range of being able to fuse with each other. It's so easy.
Yeah, I agree, but I also, like, don't trust most people to do that. Like, I'm gonna be real.
Real, actually.
Alright, time for the real
Oh.
fun question. Is there someone in Font of Magic?
Everyone is here. There's someone in Fauna Magic, HSOC.
Oh, I
There's
see.
no excellence Fauna Magic, I think.
That's
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 okay.
Font on the left, so we're just missing EX.
No,
for this fight.
there's Eloria, frankly. There's no EX I think. Unless people
Yeah, I
haven't
see
brought...
Eloria's.
Okay.
So, who's our physical battery again?
Physical battery is anyone that has it. Sane has it, I think.
What?
Sine has.
Oh.
Well, sorry that it took so long to get here. Again, that's the hardest part of the instance, but we are here now. I'm gonna keep explanations nice and short. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna explain a couple of things about Seeker. Seeker is very, very similar to normal mode, actually. If you've done Seeker normal mode, then you kind of already know basically all the mechanics. However, very important that this fight is very, very, very fast comparatively. Stuff like Fourfold Mercy, Seasons of Mercy, all of that goes off like 3 to 4 times faster than it would in normal mode. So you really have to move proactively instead of reactively. I'm going to specifically point out Fourfold Mercy and Seasons of Mercy. During Fourfold Mercy, I'm going to call the safe spots boss relative. So for example, I may say something like, front, back, back. I'm telling you where to stand for each cleave. So you're going to start in the front, count 1/, 2/, move to the back, count 1/2/. I may also say something like left, right, left. Once again, that's where to stand for each slash. You would start on the left. After the first slash, you'd move to the right, count 2 slashes, move to the left for the last. Very, very important. Do not treat this like normal mode where you can move out of the orange. Like, if you see the orange under your feet, it's already too late. It has already detected you in the AoE, you're getting hit. So, you need to move, like, as soon as you see 1/ go off, get ready to move for the next. You know, if you have to be on the other side for the second slash, as soon as you see the first one go off, move. Also, try and be near the boss. It's way easier to dodge mechanics, obviously, if you're near it. Then after every 4-fold mercy is going to be Seasons of Mercy. This is just like normal mode again, also like that one Juno mechanic, except I haven't done Juno more than once, so I don't actually remember the name of it. There's going to be, it's basically 4 mechanics back to back to back to back. First one is going to be a set of ice lines. You need to dodge out of the lines. Immediately after that, you need to look away from one of the markers, 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you need to, feel free to stop attacking during this mechanic to make sure your facing is right and to make sure you are dodging. After the gaze, there's going to be like a couple seconds, and then there's going to be another set of ice lines. You'll have to dodge out of those, and immediately after that, you'll have to dodge away from the flower. I recommend getting to the opposite side of the arena. If that doesn't make sense to you in verbal form, I'm going to do /guide TS. You can see exactly what I'm talking about in the third image. Yeah, that's basically it for Seeker's mechanics. I'm going to once again remind you, please use your lost actions. Please make sure you are using your lost actions. They're very important. The more damage we do, the less mechanics we see, and the harder mechanics are all in the back end of the fight. Like, after 430, this boss gets, like, twice hard. So the more damage you do, the better you do your rotation, the faster you will kill the boss, and the less mechanics you will have to see. That said, if you do die, make sure that after you re-raise, if you re-raise after you raise, make sure you pop another re-raiser after walking out of whatever killed you or is about to kill you. You have a couple seconds of immunity before you will die again. Also, again, make sure you prioritize your life over mechanics, make sure you prioritize your life over damage. Obviously, like, getting a couple extra GCDs is very nice, but what's more important is getting the GCs you would lose if you were to die. Okay, at this time, if you have any questions, please ask them. Otherwise, come up to C for me.
Was it from what? Are you saying left, right, up, down from where you enter?
No, it's from the boss. It is all boss relative, based on the boss's facing. So if you look at the boss, if I say to stand on the right, you stand on the boss's right arm. If I say on the left, you stand on the left arm. Front, you stand on like the arrow on the back, and back, you stand on the back. Okay, seems like everyone is ready. At this time, I'm gonna go and start a 30-second countdown. I'm going to ask you a couple of things while we do. First of all, please turn off your tank stances if you are not me. No one needs the tank stance on except me, myself, and I. If I go down, then I will have Carter pick up the boss. Additionally, go and pop some raid food. Raid food is free damage if you have it. Also gives you a bit of extra HP. Cure 4 casters, please go ahead and use Cure 4 to give that bravery buff to everyone in your party. You will also be the primary healer, so if anyone takes any damage, make sure you press that button. We're going to go ahead and pull. This boss starts with a raid wide. However, I'm going to ask you please do not use any party-wide mitigation. Just use Feint, Addle, Reprisal, Dismantle. Feint, Addle, Reprisal, Dismantle. And Cure 4 casters, get ready to heal everyone back up. Cure 4 casters, hit that Cure 4. We're going to have our first 4-fold Mercy. Check the boss's facing. You can start up towards 1. Easy. Stand on the boss's left for 2, then move to the right for 2. Count 2 slashes and move through. One, 2, move through. 1, 2. Dodge ice, and then look away from 3. Dodge ice again and move to 4. Go and stack together. Get under the boss's hitbox now. Get under the boss's hitbox now. Get under the boss's hitbox. And stay away from the ignore 1. Stay away from ignore 1. Stay away from ignore 1. Continue to stay away from ignore 1, and everyone can go and stack together. We're going to have a chains mechanic in just a second. These are like the vault chains. These do not move apart until the chain icon disappears. Stack together for those chains, get ready to move apart. Cure 4 casters, make sure you're keeping that bravery buff active. Once the chain icon disappears, move apart and then move in front of a barricade. Move apart, break chains, and move in front of a barricade, in front of a barricade, in front of a barricade. Number markers are safe. Get back in on the boss. 2 minutes are coming up. Please hold on to them. Do not press your 2-minute buffs for just a second. We're going to have a downtime mechanic. we're gonna walk away from the boss against the barricade at 4. Against the barricade at 4, get ready to run around in circles. Run around towards the barricade at 1 and get in front of the barricade. In front of the barricade at 1. In front at 1. Perfect, get back on the boss. Now's a good time to pop this 2-minute boss. Go and stack together. There's going to be some line AoEs, including one stack line after this raid line. God, I haven't seen that in so long. Stack together, there's going to be a line stack together. Next up is going to be some easy to dodge line AoEs. Stack together. Once you see orange under your feet, move out of it. Very simple, very easy. Next up, move out of these orange, and then move to blue brick. Move to blue brick. Anywhere in the arena that is blue brick is safe. Okay. Next up, we're going to have more of those, along with some earthshakers. If you get marked with a marker and a tether, rotate away from the group, stand on the opposite side of the arena. Okay, get on brown sand in front of the boss. If you have a marker, rotate towards 3. If you have a marker, rotate towards 3. Next up is going to be Earthshakers, followed by that. Okay, stand on blue brick, Earthshakers away. Blue brick, Earthshakers away. Move out of the orange. And we're going to have a plus-shaped cleave. We're going to have a plus-shaped cleave. Number markers will be safe. Max melee is also safe, but scary. The inner cardinal of the box. Max melee is safe, but scary. Here for casters, make sure you're moving everyone up. We're going to have a downtime mechanic in just a moment. Get ready to walk away from the boss. Okay, here's that downtime mechanic. Get towards the middle of the arena for a second. And move out towards the barricade at 2. Move out towards the barricade at 2. Rotate around. And after this finishes, stand on the back of the boss for 2 slashes. Back of the boss for 2 slashes. Count 2 slashes, then run through the boss. 1, 2, move through. After this, you're dodging ice and looking away from 3 once again. Dodge ice again and move towards 4. Same pattern as last time. Stack together for chains. After the icon disappears, move apart. Once your chains are broken, come back for a raid wide. Stack together, care for casters, make sure you're healing people up after each raid wide, and also to keep that bravery buff active. Healers, if your cure 4 is dead, you can consider using a rise on them. Next up, we're going to have that sand, and after this buster, stand away from the ignore 1. After this buster, we are going to have a 4-fold mercy alongside the sand and the stone mechanic. You're going to do a sandstone, do 4-fold mercy, do sandstone. Okay, start towards 3. Easy, we're standing on the boss's left for 2 and moving through. But first, stand on a blue brick, under the boss's blue brick. Blue brick. Count 1, 2, move through. 1, 2, move through. And move to brown sand. Be on brown sand. Brown sand. We're going to have one more of those at random. We're standing on brown sand once again. Brown sand. We're going to dodge ice and look away from 2. Dodge ice, then orange. Ice, then orange, move towards 1. If you died, make sure you pop another re-raiser. Come back together, there's going to be a raid fight, followed by getting under the boss. We're getting close to healer LB3. At this time, if both your healers are dead, please mark them to be arisen. Go and get under the boss hitbox. Front back is also safe, but under it is the safest place to be. Under the boss hitbox, front back are also safe. Okay, next up is going to be one of the hardest mechanics to call in this fight. There's going to be a clone that does 4-fold mercy alongside a knockback or hide. Get ready to look towards the clone. The clone is is towards D. Get knocked back into the barrier at 4. It's a crossover pattern. We're going towards the outside of the arena. Or sorry, we're getting in front of the clone for 1, then to the back for 2. In front of the clone for 1, get ready to cross through after 1. Move behind it. 1, 2. Move in front of it. Hold damage. After chains break, use healer LB3. Break chains and healer LB3. Break chains, healer LB3. There's going to be a raid wide. Use healer LB3, and then we can kill boss. So true, though. Okay, that's okay. Damage was a little rough, but we got through it. Do not go ahead. There are going to be traps ahead. Phil knows how to percept. If you see that glowing pad in front of us, please do not go near it. That glowing pad is for one person only, and that is our very favorite main character, Dr. Phil. Just hug this wall and go over towards the Dahu arena.
Where'd that third trap go?
I don't
like
know.
accepted one in the.
No, deadass,
Yeah,
where is
Hunter
it?
One.
Oh,
There
that-
it is.
that was
Oh,
far.
That's crazy. Okay, head towards Dahu, but do not touch the boss. Do not touch that glowing pad. That glowing pad is for Dr. Phil and Dr. Phil only. Dr. Phil, please coordinate your buffs as you need to. If you see a countdown on screen, that is not for the Dahu gamers. That is for Dr. Phil alone. You can stand back here at the doorway for me, while I explain everything you need to know about Dahu. Okay, so Dahu is a very, very complex boss, okay? So you just stand out of the B, the A, and the D. You don't stand on the bat at your feet, and you will be fine. A lot of AoEs, just dodge that. Okay, again, this countdown is not for Dahu. Do not touch Dahu. Do not enter the arena. Just stay back here. Okay, we can go ahead and approach the purple line, but again, do not touch Dahu. Do not target Dahu. Dahu is not there. Look up towards the purple line. You're waiting for Dr. Phil to pull the boss. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go and pull Dahu towards the south. Again, there are going to be AoEs at your feet. Use your lost actions, please. You should have at least one charge of lost actions to use here. Dodge out of the orange at your feet. Do not stand on orange. Gonna be even more puddles. Dahu is charging north. Just stay against the south wall. Stay against the south wall. And do not be on 3. Do not be on 3. Go ahead and get back towards Dahu. Dodge out of the conal. I'm gonna pull Dahu back towards the middle. Caster's range, you can stay out against the wall. Next up is going to be some line AoEs. These are easy to dodge. And if you get a number above your head, take it to any marker. Any marker. Any marker. Take these to any marker if you have a marker on your head. Just don't stack them, please. Next up is going to be left-right shockwave. If you're ranged, you can outrange this. Otherwise, get close to the boss. Dodge out of it, then into it. Dodge out of it, then into it. Nice and easy. Okay, everyone can get towards the middle. There's going to be a knockback. Find a spot with there no AoE. Real gamers, gap close this. Healers, if you see someone get hit, please Asuna them. Okay, get towards the B marker. Get towards the B marker. Follow around for 1, 2 hits, and you can stand on the ignore 1. Ignore 1 is safe. Make sure you use at least 1 charge of lost actions here. We want to kill the boss. There is no enrage, but there are still mechanics. There's going to be some ads. Please AoE them down. I'm going to gather them under the boss. Healers, please make sure that I do not explode. Thank you. Dr. Phil has succeeded in the duel. Perfect. Keep AoEing down these ads, please. Thank you. After this, there's going to be a little bit of everything all at once. Again, range, you can get back out towards the wall to make this easy to dodge. Otherwise, get ready for everything. There's going to be line AoEs and puddles, followed by a left-right shockwave. Dodge out of the orange, dodge out of the orange. Dodge out of the shockwave, then move where the shockwave was. Next up is going to be markers. If you get a marker on your head, please take it to the corresponding number. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Take these to the corresponding marker. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Thanks if you get a flare above your head. Please go towards the north. Everyone else goes south. Tanks north, everyone else south. Tanks north,
Towards
everyone
four,
else
towards
south.
4.
Get back in on the box. God, I haven't seen that since the EU All Mechanics run. Get behind the boss, simply kill it. Perfect. At this time, if there are any dead, please go ahead and raise them. Please do not drop down until everyone is raised. Additionally, this is your last chance to grab the personal spoils. I forgot to mention it earlier, but all of the chests in here are personal spoils. If you did not grab them earlier, then this is your last chance to grab them. Once you take the jump pad ahead, there is no way to get back here. Also, don't hit any bomb traps. There will be no one to raise you if all the healers have dropped down, so please be careful navigating the hallways as always.
I'm waiting for Carter. I don't trust her.
Hallways and always, that rhymed. Get it.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and drop it down. Welcome to Queen's Guard. That is our next boss. I'm gonna go and put down some markers. Yo, William hiding in the copy. Nice. Okay, welcome to QG. Let me go ahead and put the demarker way out here because we don't need it. At the time, if I could have anyone with the light curtains, preferably over like 5 of them, stand on one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, A, or C markers. I'm gonna go and do /guide QG.
I can take a spot if there's one open. I'm coming.
Yeah, I would if I could, but alas, Pallet Shield makes it so you cannot reflect properly, because there's a chance you block it, and then you can't actually kill the orb. Very funny. Okay, perfect. We have someone on every marker. Healers, your job is going to be to use your reflect or light curtain later in the fight. I'll explain more about that in a moment. Okay, so welcome to QG. QG is a lot of personal mechanics. It's normally the longest explanations. However, I'm going to make it some of the shortest. For QG, listen to callouts. That's actually most of the fight. There are a couple personal responsibility mechanics. I'm going to talk about those now, but most of the mechanics, you just gotta, listen to calls and check for a debuff or not. Okay, so first mechanic I'm going to talk about. During the first phase, there's 2 mechanics I'm going to talk about. Steel Sting and Spellforge. Healers, this is where you use Steel Sting and Spellforge. The bots are going to make themselves immune to one type of damage. They will do this potentially twice, depending on how good our damage is. We're probably going to see both of them based on the Seeker kill time. So healers, if there are 2 healers in your party, please go ahead and decide who is using Steel Sting, who is using Spellforge, and do not start over it until the first phase is done. I will call whether you need to apply Steel Sting or Spellforge. Technically, there are some jobs that only need one or the other. You can see that at the top of the set of infographics for QG. However, realistically, if you don't know what those are and don't want to learn, just apply it to everyone. But please do make sure that you actually apply those to Sting Spellforge, because if you don't apply those, then if you don't apply those to people, then they will be doing no damage. Like if they make themselves immune to magic, then all of your casters suddenly do like 5 damage per GCD. So healers, again, that is critical. That is the most important healer mechanic in the instance. After that, the main mechanic of the first phase is going to be the tethers. During the first phase, people will get tethers attached to them potentially. These tethers will grant a debuff called Reversal of Forces. Let me go and get that image. I don't have it? This is so tragic. Okay.
The emote is in French.
Yeah, but oh, here we go. I have the actual image. There we go. Okay.
It's Gravité.
Yeah, you will get this debuff on you if you are tethered. What this means is that you have to resolve the mechanic the opposite of everyone else. So for example, if the boss tethers you, and also tethers the bombs. Normally, if a bomb is tethered, you would go to a small bomb, right? Same as normal. If you get the tether, you need to go to the opposite, which is the large bombs. So I will tell you where to go based on if you have a tether or not. Just make sure to check if you have a tether, wiggle around, and if you don't want to do that, just check your debuffs. Okay. That is the main mechanic of phase 1. Again, everything else is just a collar check. There is a knockback or get away from the middle, but again, just listen to calls and you'll be fine. Okay, second phase. Second phase has the notorious mechanic, show your hole. During this phase, everyone will get a semicircle around them. This semicircle, contrary to like what it seems like, you need to point the open spot to any sources of damage instead of the like barriers. If you do not point the open spot to any sources of damage, you will take a ruin stack and a lot of damage. So please make sure during this mechanic, I highly recommend just stopping attacking and focus on pointing your hole. Every single time with this mechanic, there is going to be a raid wide from the center of the arena, and then a set of line AoEs from the edge. You can see it in this image right here. So again, you're gonna stop attacking, point your gap towards the gunner in the middle, and then find whichever turret you are in line with and that is pointing at you, and point your hole towards that. That's basically it for the second phase. The third and final phase, once we have killed all of the main soldiers, the knight, soldier, gunner, warrior, we will enter the final ethereal wards phase. This is the biggest, damage check that we'll probably have to deal with, honestly. During this phase, there are going to be basically 3 things happening at once, and what you deal with is dependent on your role. This image basically explains everything. If you're a healer, or I guess not a healer necessarily, but if you are someone on one of the markers, your job is going to be to reflect the orbs that you are assigned to. If you're on the 1, you're going to reflect the 2 orbs near the 1 marker. So there's going to be one like right to the southwest of it and one to the northeast of it. If you're on 2, the 2 near the 2 marker. So the one to the northwest of it and southeast. And if you are on a C, you're going to reflect A and B for the A marker and C and D for the C marker. Again, if you look at the image in DRS Starting, you will see where you need to go. That is the reflect mechanic. The second mechanic is going to be the aura spheres. I'm going to have us split up A, B north, E, F south. Okay? If you are a tank at this time and you still have your invuln, I will need you to turn on your stance and fight for aggro on the aura spheres. The aura spheres are going to kill whoever is highest in aggro, but tanks can just invuln it. So if you have an invuln at that point, you just pop your invuln and you'll be fine. DPS, your job is to deal damage as always. If you are not assigned any other role, your job is simply to kill the aura spheres, and if there are no aura spheres alive, focus on killing the wards. Please, please, please do be careful of the coat of arms on the guard. If you see that hexagonal shield, it looks kind of like this. If you see this hexagonal shield, walk to a side that does not have that like honeycomb on it, and simply hit the actual ward instead of the shield. If you hit the shield or do like a big AoE, like a dance in the middle of the arena, you will get a bunch of ruin stacks and you will die. I think that is basically everything for Queensguard. If you have any questions, please ask them. Otherwise, I'm going to go and put out the markers. Yeah, don't dream within a dream, don't barrage, and yeah, you'll be fine. Oh yeah, and obviously autos don't, that is misinformation. Yeah. If you want to see some of the other mechanics, there are like images that show them, but again, I'll call everything out for you. If you have any questions, ask them, otherwise come to the 3-way marker. Oh, one other thing, Carlana, the person with the circle, will need a healer to give them Steelsinger Spellforge appropriately because they are in a solo party. So healers, when I call to give Steelsinger Spellforge, if one of you could please give it to Carlana, that would be very helpful. But yeah, please go ahead and decide who's using Steel Sting Spellforge in every party. If there's only one healer, what I'm going to recommend you do, just wait until the tether appears and slot that in. Just don't slot it in until then, because there's a very good chance we see the first tether and the second one. And if you like gamble, then we might see the second tether and your whole party is out of Steel Sting Spellforge. You can go ahead and start applying it when I give the countdown of. As a reminder, for Mimic Chain, we have William Drake in Excellence Font of Power, and we have Carlana Sandlord in Excellence Font of Magic.
Oh, for the sword and shield omen. I don't know if that's something I need to.
I'll call it out. Shield Omen is a knockback. So if it's a Shield Omen, you just get knocked back away from the middle of the arena. Only important thing is that you don't stand in the path of the knight, and you want to get knocked like towards the knight. For Sword Omen, you don't have to worry. You just go to the edge of the arena. Again, just call out.
But where for those to just go to where everyone, the big mob of people is basically.
Yeah, just listen to call out, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's everything. I see everyone past the purple line. I think we are all good. You can go ahead and start applying Steel Sting Spellforge during the countdown. I'm gonna start a 30-second countdown now. Oh, Carter, I'm gonna get mids. If you can get walls. I don't know if we have Dispel. We don't need it though. We'll be fine.
I have it. Don't worry.
Down, cringe. Okay.
Sorry, I brought my fun bag.
This is so sad. Okay. We're gonna start the countdown. Go ahead and give out Steel Sting Spellforge. You are free to walk towards the guards, but do not target them, as if you auto-attack them, they will still pull. Okay. Also as a recommendation, actually it's too late. Just kill the guards when we pull them. We need to get them down to 80%, for them to go away. Also, Carter, I'm gonna take with the turrets, so we have like
Okay.
an extra info. There's a raid wide. Just cure for casters, heal through it. And bosses are jumping. We're going to pull the warrior to the wall, the knight to the center. Pull warrior to the wall, knight to the center. Go and focus a bit of damage on the knight. We want to keep them roughly even, but the knight is going to go away. Okay, apply Steel Sting to your party. Apply Steel Sting, please. Apply Steel Sting to your party, and if someone could give it to Carlana as well. Okay, this is Relentless Battery. This is the Sworder Shield Omen, alongside the Bomb Mechanic. Get ready to check for tethers. There's going to be a knockback, so we're getting knocked towards the knight, but not directly to it. Check for a tether. If you are tethered, you're going to a large bomb. Everyone else is going to a small bomb. Get knocked back towards the knight, towards like 3C. Tethers to large, rest to small. Tethers to large, rest to small. If you are tethered, you will need to move where a small bomb drops after you drop. Move where a bomb just fell if you were tethered. Back in on the bosses, they're going to be a raid wide. Cure for casters, we're ready to heal everyone back up.
Warrior needs love.
Perfect. Next up is going to be a second tether mechanic, this time with wind or lightning puddles. If you get tethered, you're going to a swirly wind puddle. Everyone else is going to crackly lightning. Get ready to check for a tether in just a second. Check for a tether now. Tethers are going to wind, rest to crackly lightning. Hold your 2 minutes for a second until we get back on the bosses. Tethers to wind, rest to lightning, press sprint now. Run in towards the knight, run under the knight, and then out past the B. Out past B. Out past B. Back in on the bosses. Another raid wide, get ready to heal everyone through it. Pop this 2 minutes now, do big damage. And we're gonna have a small tank buster followed by a second set of tethers. Healers get ready to reapply Steel Sting or Spellforge as needed.
Hey, warrior.
Hit the warrior, please. Hit the warrior. Hit the warrior. We're still fine. Kill the warrior. Never mind, we don't even see the second tether. Huge. Okay, we're pulling the gunner to the middle, the soldier to the wall. Healers, you no longer need Steel Singer Spellforge, so feel free to slot over it for an Arise to raise any dead bodies. First up is going to be our first show your whole mechanic. This is where most hosts would do an unfunny Firefrog joke, but I hate Crystal and everything it stands for, so I will not. Okay, we're going to move towards 4. Move to 4 and get ready for the gap mechanic. Stop attacking if you need to, check your gap, point it to the gunner in the middle. Gunner in the middle, point it to the gunner in the middle. As soon as you see damage pop up, point it to a turret on the wall. Point it to a turret on the wall. Perfect. Back in on the bosses. If you died, make sure to pop another Re-Raiser. We're going to get a Tank Buster followed by a Raid Wide. Tank Buster followed by Raid Wide. Cure for casters, get ready to heal everyone back up. Okay, next up is going to be turrets. These turrets are the #1 DPS priority. I will be grabbing both of them. Please focus them down. Again, these are #1 DPS priority. Please focus down the gun turrets. Focus on the gun turrets, please. And get ready for a sneaky Raid Wide. Sneaky Raid Wide. Here for casters, get ready to heal everyone back up. Next up is going to be a freeze or fire. This is the same as a Dramalek. Get ready to keep moving. Casting is not moving. Move in small circles, jump around, do whatever. Do not stop to cast. Do not stop moving.
Soldier needs a lot of help.
Yeah, kill soldier, please. And you can go back to attacking. You can go back to casting, kill the soldier, then the gunner. We're not going to see this mechanic. Thank you very much to Phil. With a dual buff, Phil deals twice as much damage. And also got us an extra chest after this boss. Okay, AB North, EF South. It takes if you have an invuln, turn on your tank stance and get ready to kill the aura spheres. DPS focus on the aura spheres, then kill wards. Healers, please go reflect. If you're assigned to reflect, please go do so. Once the aura spheres are dead, tanks if you have a red marker, press invuln. Everyone else, go kill the ethereal wards. All those ethereal wards, please. #1 DPS priority. Once you see this cast bar, stop attacking. Stop attacking. Attack a side with no shield. Tanks, if you have an invuln, turn on your tank stance. Reflect is get back in position. DPS, kill the aura spheres once again. Aura spheres are #1 DPS priority. Focus on the aura spheres, please. Okay, and kill the wards. Focus on the ward. If you see Coat of Arms casting, stop attacking for a second. Stop attacking and attack a side that has no hexes now. Perfect. Raise any dead bodies. I don't think we have very many. Make sure you grab both of the personal spoils. Make sure you also say thank you to Phil for getting the extra hand plating. That only happens if Phil clears the duel.
It's only Phil, right? Even other duelists don't count.
Yeah,
Phil?
only Phil.
Yeah, it only happens.
This is why we bring him on run specifically.
Yeah, Lynn got her first duel clear the other day. No Andy.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Just
Dude, saying Lynn got her first clear the other day is fucking devious.
Okay, welcome to Phantom. Phantom is another trash boss. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't use damage actions. You still definitely should. But there is no enrage. At this time, once you're ready, please step between 2 and 3. There's no mechanics to really explain, just the callouts. Ballpark is the banish. Let's hope he actually applies it this time.
all I did was bring it, and I did bring it.
Huge. Carter's creeping by sitting out. Go ahead and go between 2 and 3, please, once you're ready. We will have a 5-minute break after this. Okay, seems like everyone who is going to go is ahead of the purple line, so we're going to set a nice long pull time of 5 seconds. If you're not me, turn off your tank stance, by the way. If you're not me, turn off your tank stance. Use whatever damage actions you have left. We're going to slot new ones after this boss. Nothing ever happens in Boss Sing Se. We're going to have a Miasma mechanic. We're going to go to either A or D. Stand on the A waymarker. This is going to be the normal mode donuts, but much faster. Please move one notch at a time. Look at the ground, move one notch for every flash. Okay, move one notch, just keep moving. Don't worry too much about uptime, just keep moving. Okay, stop at the wind marker, don't go into the death wall. And move over to 2. Move over to 2. Once that circle disappears, we can go over to 1 again. We can go back over to 1. We're going to be staying here for just a moment. Reminder to please use whatever damage actions you have left. Do whatever damage you can. We're going to count 3 flashes of orange and then move over to 2. 1, 2, and 3. Move to 2. We're going to do the same thing again. 3 flashes, then moving to 1. 1, 2, 3. Move to 1. Okay, after this, the boss is going to go untargetable. We're going to have an odds phase. Healers, you need to kill the white ghost. DPS, make sure you damage down the red ghost. This is a damage check. Healers, feel free to benediction to one-shot the white ghost, but don't use them all on the same one and cause a benediction bukkake. One more, we're gonna have 2 more sets of red ghosts. This one and then one after it. Healers, keep healing up those white ghosts. DPS down the red ghosts. This is going to be the last set. After these odds die, please make sure to interrupt the boss. If we do not, then we are all dead. And it would be the funniest DRS wipe in history.
Technically, the run wouldn't be wiped because I'm outside the arena and I have sacrifice in my bag.
That's
And
true.
razors work.
Okay, we're going to go up towards B and C. As this boss is going to die before we get to do the coolest mechanic in all of DRS, arguably. This is my favorite mechanic, but we're not going to see it.
I get you said it's a cool mechanic and it's ice spikes.
No. Ice Spikes doesn't happen for a
knockback.
while.
Ice Spikes is after that, yeah.
Okay, do not go ahead. There are going to be traps. Not for long. But there will be some.
We're all racing.
Make sure you raise any dead bodies. I mean, there hopefully shouldn't be too many, but yeah. Once you get on the stairs, there are traps that we actually need. Please do not blow up any traps below the stairs. If you blow up all the pink traps, then we explode and kill you, and if you blow up any of the orange traps, then you will probably explode and kill you. Okay, be careful. Please remember that traps take a second to load, so avoid all the traps. You can hug the right wall if you are very unsure. Okay, this is the point where we're going to take a 5-minute break. We always take a 5-minute break here. So we're just going to go ahead and take our mandatory 5-minute break. If you need to go get water, get food, whatever, use the bathroom, feel free to do that. We're going to come back at 58 after the hour. So 10:58 if you're in Eastern Standard Time, 58 after the hour everywhere else except that 1.5 hour offset Australia time zone, which...
There's one in India, too.
Oh, true. Yeah. Don't take your break.
Don't get
That
kicked.
said, if you are someone who is new, first of all, don't get AFK kicked. There's a 10-minute AFK kick timer. As soon as you come back, make sure you wiggle around. And before you leave, make sure you wiggle around. If you're not going anywhere, then I'm going to post the avowed guides into DRS Learning. And you can look at those while we are on break to get a better idea of the fight ahead of us.
The fun part of Trinity Avowed is the whole fight. Fun fact.
Best fight in the instance.
Imagine if there was a fight with no skips.
Yeah, TA, it's definitely like top 3 actual boss fights in DRS, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's in the top 7.
Well, I mean, none of the trash fights count. And QG isn't a real
Oh.
fight either, so like,
Yeah, QG's a trash fight in disguise.
yeah, exactly.
It's a trash fight with OB3.
It's probably
I
up
think
there with
Minnow
Minnow.
counts.
Because Minnow wipes are so funny. Oh my god.
Dude, I love minnow wipes.
They're so funny. I love them.
When I see a fucking orb go off in the middle and I just know the run is dead. So I just get to sit back and watch for like a minute.
It's like watching fireworks. It's so fire.
I love orb. Especially the fire orb.
Anyways, congratulations, Opalt, on getting me logged out of MapleStory for the longest that I will probably be logged out of this game for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Which was all of like 40 minutes.
You love to see it. Breaking addictions, one step at a time.
No, this game is goated as hell.
These 2 potion kits in my inventory are taunting me. I brought them back up. My potion kit and low slime popped like 3 times.
Well, you know what you have to do with all those potion kits.
Huh?
You know what you have to do with those potion kits right now, right?
Spend them?
No, you need to add your potion kits. Come on.
Oh! I haven't done that before. Do I just like save an empty gear set?
Yeah, and then you keep swapping between your actual gear set and the empty one.
It's like building Endom, but like the reverse.
Shut up.
It is just building Indom in reverse.
I mean, that's kind of true. Okay, it's 10:58. We're back. At this time, go ahead and wiggle around. 10-minute AFK kick timer. Don't get AFK kicked. Okay. Before we get started, there's a couple action things I need to sort out. First and foremost, if you are new or you are out of re-raisers, please stand on the 1 way marker for me, and I will give you one. Okay, no one. Perfect. Okay, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and say thanks. If you could go ahead and hand out shell to anyone behind the purple line. If you don't want shell, you don't need shell, step across the purple line, or if you already have shell, step across it. It makes giving shell out easier, and some people also don't want shell because it contributes to the 30 buff cap. As said before, there's a 30 cap on buffs and debuffs. This fight in particular really likes to cap you out. If you hit that 30 buff cap at the wrong time, right as temperatures are applying, for example, you could lose, for example, your pure essence. So it's a thing a lot of people like to be wary about, and if you have 10 fortitude, you usually don't need shell. Okay.
You stand if you want it.
Stand behind the purple line to get shell. Once you have it, step across. Again, tanks, you can feel free to slot that in. You want to slot it over your weakest damage action. That is usually Banner of Honor Sacrifice. If you're using Blood Rage, then obviously keep your Blood Rage. I'm going to start giving out to anyone behind the purple line. While they explain Trinity Avowed. Quite honestly, all I can explain about Trinity Avowed to you right now is good luck. This is an entirely personal mechanics fight. If you studied ahead, you will have seen like a lot of the mechanics, and you'll know about like the temperatures and stuff. If you haven't, I'm gonna quickly explain how temperatures work. Temperatures work just like in normal mode. You need to reset your temperature to 0 at the end of every mechanic. The main way you do this is getting hit by certain parts of mechanics. So for example, during swords, you would need to get hit by a sword slash to change your temperature. Yeah, that's temperatures. Again, just like normal mode, your goal is to reset it to 0. If you have like a fire 2 temperature, you need to get hit by the opposite, which is ice 2. You know, if you get hit by ice 2, you need to get hit by fire 2. However, later in the fight, we're going to get a mechanic called brands. Now, brands are basically just like a hit of a mechanic that applies at the very end, right before like temperatures resolve. So, your mission now changes. During the mechanic, you don't need to reset your temperature to 0, because if you set it to 0, then the brand applies, your temperature is no longer at 0, you die. What you need to do is you need to change it to be the opposite of your brand. So for example, if I had a fire 2 brand, by the end of the mechanic, I need to be at ice 2 temperature. There are other ways you can think about this. For example, you can think of it as math. So some people like to add and subtract them. For example, think of fire as +2, ice, or like a fire 2 as +2, ice 1 as -1. You take +2 minus 1, you get +1, which is what you get hit by, which is fire 1. I don't think of it like that anymore. I think that's more complex. But yeah. That's the mechanic. That's brands. All the weapons can be slightly different. I can call out how the mechanics are going to go down, but I cannot call out where is safe for you specifically. You kind of need to figure it out based on your temperature, you know, your force march, all of that. One last mechanic that the boss can apply to you is going to be force march. Force marches are the same as in other content. They will send you in the direction based on its direction and you're facing. So for example, if I was standing right here, I had a forward march. It would send me, for example, if I'm facing this way, 1 tile, and then right onto a second. It'll send you about 2 tiles, not quite, a little less. But yeah. Force marches can apply to any direction. So for example, it could have a left one. So if I'm facing this way, it sends me 1, 2. Or I could have a right one that sends me 1, 2. This is all based on your personal facing. Not your camera's facing, not you in real life, your character's facing. What I recommend is if you have a force march, just stop attacking for a second, point your force march where you need to go, and then go back to attacking after the mechanic. Okay, that's all the main mechanics. The boss is gonna have 3 main phases: the bow phase, the sword phase, and the staff phase. I'll quickly explain like what's gonna happen. First, I'm gonna start with the bow phase. During the bow phase, the boss is going to make most of the arena a big wall of fire. You will need to go to the safe column of the arena, either on the far left or the far right. In this case, like the D or the B with these markers. You'll need to send yourself there, and then after that, you'll need to do the bow mechanic. Bow mechanic is the same as in normal mode, except there are no tracer arrows. So you will need to trace down the arrows to find them yourself. There are 2 main ways you can do this, the first of which is memorizing the patterns. There are technically only 2 patterns, but the arrows can spawn in any of the 5 spots. So if you want to do it like this, just remember, like, if it's normal or inverted, you're free to do that. I'm not going to call it like that. What I recommend and what I've always done is just tracing it down. This guide shows you how to trace it down. You just find the arrow you need, drag it down the pipe, but if there's any turn it can take to the left or the right, it will always take it. And that's how you find your arrow, where it's going to go, then you just need to go there. That's the bow phase. Sword phase, boss going to go untargetable, spawn a bunch of clones. There's always going to be 1 square that is hit by nothing. What you'll need to do, you'll need to find that square. I will call it out for you, so I'll say something like 1, 2, 3, or 4 is safe. From there, you need to go to 1 cardinal off of it. So for example, if the 3 tile was safe, then I could possibly change my temperature by going to 2 or to 4. However, if you are diagonal of the safe square in any way, shape, or form, you will instantly die, explode, nothing you can do. You will die if you are not cardinal of the safe square. So again, if I called that 3 was the safe square and you were on 1, you would just explode. What I'm going to recommend, the first time you see swords, just go to the safe spot the first time and try and think about how you would resolve it, okay? So like, you'd go to the safe square, find the sword you need, and see which side you would step out to. Try and simulate it in your head, and then the second time, because it will do like 2 sets of slashes, you need to actually resolve it the second time. That's what I recommend for it. But you know, whatever works. Finally is going to be staff phase. During staff phase, it works literally almost exactly the same as normal mode. There's going to be proximities from the edge, then there's going to be meteors that you need to stand in. However, these meteors take up the entire arena, there's large overlaps, and there is no spot to get hit by nothing. So a couple important things. 1. Do not get hit by the overlap. Once again, if you get overlapped by 2 meteors, you instantly explode and you die. 2. Do not raise anyone during the staff phase after the temperatures go out. There is no safe spot during the staff phase, so if you raise someone, they have no temperature, they're just gonna die again. That's basically it. I can't really help you a lot here. There's going to be a lot of mechanics. You just kind of have to figure it out. If you're new, you're probably going to die a lot. If you do die, remember to pop another re-raiser and then get back to it after whatever killed you goes off. Okay, at this time, if you are ready to go ahead and stand on C. Pigs, make sure you slot in Ether Shield for your party. Your party will need Ether Shield, almost certainly. Go ahead and slot in your Ether Shields now. And once you're ready, get up to the Seaway marker. Okay, I already know Carter is ready, so I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. At this time, Cure 4 is going to give that Cure 4 to everyone. Our Mimic targets are Sane and RMS. You guys can step out to the side to make it easier to target. If you're not me, again, remember to turn your tank's glances off. This fight in Legendary reimagining of fight design starts with a tank buster instead of a raid wide. So at the start, all tanks, I'm going to have you join me at the front to take it. Cure 4s, you can give it that bravery if you haven't already. Make sure you slot in a new Cure 4. You will probably need it if you haven't already. Do your big openers, potions, all of that. Tanks, get to the front with me. Pop a little bit of mitigation if you're a tank. Goodbye to that one person who was not a tank who stood in the front. And Ether Shield and mitigate. Ether Shield, Feign, Auto Reprisal. Here for casters, ready to heal up your party. Here for casters, heal up your party. Everyone get out and away from the boss. Get out and away from the boss. Melee you can greet until right about now. Get out and away from the boss. Next up, we are going to get in front of or behind the boss. Go ahead and get behind the boss. Get behind the boss. And we're having swords first. So as soon as this goes off, go and get in front of the boss now. Get in front of the boss. The boss is going untargetable, so if you have any bursts left over, this is your last chance to use it. And say bye-bye to Mrs. Avowed. Boss is going bye-bye. You're getting a temperature. You will need to get hit by the opposite of this temperature. I'll call a safe square, send the cardinal of it on the side that you need to resolve it. Our first safe square is going to be 4. Stand on 4 to be safe, and cardinal of 4 to resolve. 2 is instant death, do not be on 2. Perfect. Second set of mechanics. 3 is our new safe square. 3 is safe. If you are on 1, you are instant dead. Stand cardinal of 3 to resolve your temperature. Okay, boss coming back with a raid wide. Go and stack together. Tanks get ready to Ether Shield and mitigate. Stack together. Tanks Ether Shield and mitigate. Cure 4 casters get ready to use Cure 4. You'll probably need to use it once or twice. Once initially, and then once after the bleed has ticked. Everyone else, you can go ahead and get out and away from the boss. If you are ranged, melee, you can get out right, like, I don't know, now-ish. Get out and away from the boss. Okay, everyone stack up in the middle of the arena. Phil, I really hope you don't lose your pure essence. This is the risky moment. Everyone stack together. You have a forced march and a temperature. Check which direction the force march is sending you. Check your temperature. You will use the force march to go to a meteor of the opposite temperature. Stop attacking. Find the meteor you need. Point your force march. Last chance. Okay, go ahead and get back in on the boss. Stack together. You can go ahead and get south of 3. We're going to have a raid wide. Go and press Ether Shield, mitigate. Ether Shield and mitigate. And everyone can get south of 3. The boss is going to move and make us get behind her. Get south of 3. Behind the boss is now safe. Ignore 1 is safe. Get behind the boss now. Okay, all tanks, you can get to the front with me once again. There's going to be another tank buster after temperatures go out. Pop a cooldown or 2. Make this nice and easy to live. And everyone can check your force march. You will use the force march to go towards D or B, Delta or Beta. I will call it like that. Point your force march to Beta. Point your force march to Beta. Healers, if you see someone dead in the big wall of fire, please use a rescue on them. If you die in the wall of fire and can get rescued, please do not use an action, simply walk out, and then pop another re-raiser. Everyone can check their temperature. Your temperature is out. Find the air of the opposite temperature, trace it down. If you have Ice One, you can also just follow me. Otherwise, good luck. Okay, go and stack together in front of the boss. We're going to have another raid wide in just a moment. Ether Shield, Faint Auto Reprisal now. Your forecasters heal everyone back up. Use your 2 minutes, and boss is going bye-bye in just a second. Get in front of her. That's going to be your first introduction to the brand's mechanic. If you have a brand, again, it will apply at the end. It's like a second hit at the very end. So you need to get your temperature opposite of that by the end. You're getting a temperature and then a brand. Check your temperature, check your brand. Check your temperature, check your brand. If you have like 2 fire 2s, then you get hit by ice 2 both times, for example. You will have 2 chances. Your first safe spot is on 3. 3 is your first safe spot. Do not stand on 1. Do not be intercardinal of 3. You're gonna have 1 more chance if you didn't already. Go ahead and go to 4. 4 is our second safe spot. Go cardinal of 4 to resolve. If you're already good, you can stand on 4. Otherwise, cardinal of 4 to resolve. Everyone can go and stack together. There's going to be another raid wide. Stack together. If both your heroes are dead, please mark them so the tanks can use sacrifice to raise them. Your forecasters, go ahead and heal everyone back up. And everyone range can get out and away from the boss. Range can get out and away, melee can read for just a little bit. Get out and away from the boss now, out now. And back in. Okay, temperatures and brands are coming out. There is no force march this time, you just have to walk to the meteor on your own 2 feet. Only one of the tiles under your meteor is going to be safe. Please stand on the one I tell you to. Find the meteor you need, stand on the tile I tell you. You can also look for people jumping if you are unsure. Stand in the middle, find your meteor, run to it, and stand on the inner white tiles. Inner white tiles are safe, inner white tiles, inner white tiles. back in on the boss. Everyone can stack together in. Everyone can stack together. There's going to be another raid wide. Ether shield and mitigate. Ether shield and mitigate. Your broadcasters heal everyone back up, and everyone can go ahead and stand south of 3. Healers, if you have LB3, now is a good time to use it. Everyone get behind the boss first, though. Everyone behind the boss, ignore when it's safe. Do not let the fancy particles distract you from getting behind the boss. Okay, we're going to get to the inner cardinals or sides of the boss. Get ready to go to the inner cardinals or sides. Get to the inner cardinals of the boss. Inner cardinals of the boss. Carter? Inner cardinals of the boss, then run towards B. Run towards B. Kill boss.
I had Doom.
Oh, understandable. Go and res any dead
Okay.
bodies.
Yeah.
Res any dead bodies. And do not go ahead to Queen. Before we go to Queen, there's a special mini boss we need to clear.
Yeah, there was someone still dead marked, so I was like, I'll sack them. Assuming they were a healer.
Okay, we'll have some re-raise to give out probably at, actually, I'll give some out at, Stick a Box Lord. I can't give out the actual item, but I can use Lost re-raise on other players to give them an 80% chance to come back to life instead of the normal 70. Okay, at this time, if you are new, go ahead and follow the Ignore one. There is a special ritual people like to do for new people. If this is your first time killing Trinity about, please come follow me back to where the traps were. Wobble, I'm just gonna invul. So we'll be
Alright.
fine. Okay,
Brought an extra cure 4 anyway.
go and stand around this trap here. Stand around the trap. Do not step into it just yet. Okay, so we actually need these mini traps are the reason I asked you guys not to blow up any traps. These are very important. We need these to access the special mini encounter. On the count of 3, I'm gonna ask you all to walk into this here trap. You can go ahead and get nice and close to it. If you target yourself, just put the little like front arrow of your hitbox into it. On the count of 3, I'm gonna ask you all to walk into it. 1, 2, 3, walk in. And you guys are all now small. Congratulations. Fun fact about this mini that everyone likes to give is that in this mini, Lollipop are actually the tallest race because of the way scaling works. Which is kind of weird, but you know, SE programming. What you're going to need to do if you have not already grabbed your personal spoils, then there's going to be a jump pad you need to take, and you'll need to use your smallness to go through the gate at the very end in front of the lion statue. Yeah, I'm gonna blow up traps, but... Okay, mini stack. The doorway has been opened. Please be careful down the stairs. There are traps. People are going to blow them up though.
Where's the loot? Or there to grab it? I might have already grabbed it.
Just if you missed it, you can go up the stairs and go across the pad again.
Okay,
if you missed
avoid
your
all the
D8
traps. These motherfuckers are actually percepting insane. Avoid the traps. I'm slow, so I can't do anything about this.
Just bring impetus.
Walk
I
up
thought you were
to
small,
the...
so I was like, oh, I can actually do it this time.
I grabbed it. Is it gone? I mean, if it is, is the
If there's no chest there, you got it.
Okay,
Yeah,
my
the
brain-
chests in this instance don't time out.
Yeah, my brain's just puddled then. Okay,
You can-
ignore me.
The only chests you can miss are the ones at Slimes, Golems, Seeker, and Dahu, because jump pad after Dahu closes them off.
Just saying I don't go down these steps. I go around.
No, go down the steps,
Don't-
please. Don't go around.
We're going on the steps.
Go down the steps.
If you have you forgotten that chest after we do this boss ahead of us, you can go back and get it moving forward rather than back too.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
let's
put
just
down
loop
setup
back around.
markers for Minotaur. Minotaur is the most, like, vet-reliant boss, I'd say. Like, all the others you want, like, experienced people for the traps and stuff. But for Minnow, you kind of really want them for a lot of the roles. So if I could please ask tanks. If you are familiar with tanking Minotaurs, please stand on the 1, 2, 3, or 4 for me. Yo, Hazel, get 3. You're being assigned. Okay. I'm gonna go and mark the tanks 1, 2, 3, and 4. You guys should all know what you're doing, hopefully. So we're good. At this time, I'll also need healers. If you are a healer, please stand on D or B. If you have a dispel that you can slot in and use, stand on the D. If you have a light curtain or a reflect plate you can slot in, stand on the B for deflect. And if you can do both of those, please stand between the two markers. Okay. Welcome to Minotaur. Minotaur is, the last odds boss. However, it is more of a real boss than, like, even Queensguard is, because Queensguard is a fake fight. So, first and foremost, the boss you see in front of you is not the actual boss. It's not the boss we're going to be actually worried about. It has some mechanics, but all of them are very easy to call out and dodge. So we don't actually have to worry that much about it, and if it was just this Minotaur, we wouldn't care. So seeing Rush would be really fun. However, there is an adds phase. Once the boss goes to 70%, the boss is going to summon 4 adds. These adds are very special, they have to be kept away from the center as well as away from each other. So, the 4 tanks we have assigned here, at the start of the adds phase, are going to turn on their tank stance and fight and grab their respective Minotaur in the north, south, east, and west, and they're going to bring it around the arena, loop-to-loop style. Healers. Actually, for everyone, if you go ahead and look at the arena, you'll notice that there's a lot of this, like, dark blue tiling. Once the adds phase starts, all of this dark blue tiling is going to become a death wall, basically creating 2 rings, an inner ring and an outer ring. If you are assigned as a tank, you're going to go to your respective waymark. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, grab your Minotaur, pull it out. You're also going to be responsible for blowing up traps, so please rotate like 1 marker before the traps go out, then pop your invul and rotate another, afterwards. Healers, if you sit on B or D, you're going to go to the inner ring with the letter markers. There will be balls of fire and balls of earth that spawn. If you see a ball of fire, you need to pop a light curtain. And then stand under it. This is just the same as the QG orbs. You need to reflect them. If you see a ball of earth, you will need to dispel them. They have a stone skin that literally cannot be broken as far as we know. Like, we have tried. It has so much HP that we literally cannot, like, kill it. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to use Dispel to remove it, and then use any GCD to kill it, because under that stone skin it only has like 400 HP, so the only thing that will not kill it is your auto attack. That's the healers and the special tanks. If you are not one of those, then your job is very, very, very simple. During the entire fight, basically, during the adds phase, you're just going to stand on 3 and resolve mechanics near the 3. Until I say so, there is actually basically no point to leave this exact south way marker, because you're just risking blowing up traps, not being able to resolve mechanics, etc. So again, until I say so, you can just stand on 3. It's very easy. That said, there are some mechanics that not only you, but also the healers and tanks will have to resolve, so I'm going to talk about those 3 mechanics real quick. Oh, this doesn't even have the Stigmalock Lord explainer either. So I also get to show off the fancy new, well, quote-unquote new, pocket explainer for Stigmalock Lord. Stigmalock Lord has a couple mechanics, the most important of which is Fateful Words. During Fateful Words, you're going to get one of 2 debuffs, either a Sacrifice or a Put, or a Wanderer. If you get Sacrifice Fate or whatever it's called, you're going to need to stand in one of the outer notches, because if you look at the arena, you'll notice that it's not actually perfect, like, rings. They're actually, like, notches, like it's a cogwheel. You'll need to stand in one of these outer notches if you have one of the sacrifice debuffs, because it will pull you in exactly the distance between the 2 notches. If you're not in the correct notch, you literally just get pulled into the death wall, there is nothing you can do, you instantly die. If you instead have the Wanderer's debuff, you need to stand in one of the inner notches. These, again, push you back exactly the distance between the 2 notches. If you were standing in the ring, you will get pushed into the death wall. If you want to see a bigger image of what those two debuffs look like, you can peep this. This shows the two debuffs in a higher quality and where exactly to stand in higher quality as well. Fun fact, English is the only language that I know of that has the debuffs, like say Wander and Sacrifice. Like in JP it literally just says like push or pull, which is really, really funny. Yeah, there are three main ways you can tell which debuff you have. The first is the icon. The pull looks like he's sucking you in. The push looks like he's coming for you. The second way is just by looking at the name. Sacrifice is pull, Wander is push. And the third is actually by hovering over it, reading the description. It will say either pull or knockback in the description if you read it. Those are the three main ways. I actually did the reading the debuff way for a long time, until I just started recognizing the icons, so do whatever works for you. Luckily, the second and third mechanic I'm going to explain are much, much easier. The second mechanic I'm going to explain is entrapment. During entrapment, everything that is not the 1, 2, 3, or 4 way markers are going to be unsafe. If you're not standing on one of those, you're going to explode either to a poison trap or a bomb trap. This doesn't affect the inner ring at all, so healers, you don't have to worry about that. The final mechanic is Devastating Bolt. This one's very simple. You just need to stand in any notch, and then just walk out of the orange at your feet. Very simple, very easy, but this one actually gets a surprising number of people, so make sure you don't stand in the orange at your feet, and make sure you get into the notch when you need to. After the first Devastating Bolt goes off, that is basically your, key for when you can move out of the notch. Okay, I think that's basically it as far as mechanics go. Again, just stand at 3 if you are not assigned a special role, whether that be healer or tank. And otherwise, if you are ready, you can go and stand on 3. Like I said, all the other mechanics, very easy, just explained in callouts. And man, if you think this boss is easy to call out, just wait till you see Queen, because I actually don't need to explain anything really for Queen, so... I'm sorry to hear that, Ballpark.
Ballpark, shut the fuck up.
Everyone is
Jump
past
off a
the purple
bridge.
line. Everyone is past the purple line. So I'm going to start a nice long 15-second countdown. I'm going to ask you right now, please do not use lost actions until the ads phase. This boss in front of you, again, we don't care about him. Hold any charges of lost actions and any charges of your big damage actions until then. If it has longer than a 40-second cooldown, do not use it. We're pulling the boss. Again, longer 40-second cooldown, do not use it. There's going to be a tank buster. Don't get busted on. Everyone should get up close to the boss now. And pop your knockback immunity. That's arm's length or sure cast. Get close to the boss, pop arm's length or sure cast. There's going to be a knockback followed by some cones to dodge. Don't get whacked. Move out of the orange. Don't get whacked. After this range, you can feel free to get out and away towards the boss. There's going to be a big point blank AoE. Get out and away from the boss now. Out and away. Get back in on the boss. If you get a marked AoE on you, take it out towards the intercardinals. Do not place it on the 1, 2, 3, 4 or any letter markers. Take these out and away, but not on a marker. And everyone can get towards 3. Healers get to the inner ring. Tanks get ready to grab your ads. Turn on tank stances now. Tank stances on now. Tanks pull your ads out and then kite them around. Pull your ads out, kite them around. Everyone can stand on 3 if you are not a tank. Go and stand in your notch. Tanks get ready to pop your invuln and run around to blow them up. Darren, that Minotaur is gonna tether to you and run at you. 2 tank is going down. Everyone get in your notch, resolve your word. Get in a notch, resolve your word. Resolve your word now. Resolve your word. If you died, walk out of the death wall and stay in a notch as there's about to be a devastating bolt. Get into any notch, any notch. After this goes out, you no longer need to be at 3. Move out of it and dodge the orange. Do not stand in orange. Do not stand in orange. Use lost actions if you have not. Now is the perfect time to use them if you have not already. Till this last set of ads, there's going to be one more set of words going out, but we will not resolve them. Instead, we will have a sacrificial fate and instead we'll have a devastating bolt. Get into any notch. Get into any notch. Any notch is safe. Get into any notch. Damn, Carter's so wild. Okay.
No,
Dodge
I
that
literally am.
Get back in on the boss.
Follow
At
fire
this
north.
point, follow fire, do not stand in it. Healers, please focus on arising any dead bodies. There's a little raid right here, Cure for casters. Feel free to heal everyone up. Again, healers, please feel free to go arise any dead bodies. Let them build gauge for our next boss, Queen. If you get a marked AoE, take it away from the boss. Do not put it in the party. Everyone else can stack together. Range, you can actually get away from the boss as well, as there's going to be a point blank AoE in just a second. Get out and away from the boss if you can get up close. You are too close. Get out and away. And back in on the boss. There's going to be 2 more sets of those rapid bullets. Go and take those rapid bullets out and away from us. And take the next set out and away. Healers, please keep arising any dead bodies. Now's a perfect time to arise bodies. Go in and stack together. There's going to be a proximity. Get half the arena away. As soon as you see the damage go off, run into the boss. Run in under the boss. There's going to be more whacks. Don't get hit with the whack. Do not get whacked. Perfect. There's still some bodies in the south. Please go pick them up. Healers, there's also some in the north. Please pick them up as well. Next up, there's going to be a tank buster. Nice try, Hazel. And everyone should get close to the boss and pop your knockback immunity. Get close to the boss, pop your knockback immunity. More whacks, dodge out of the whacks, don't get whacked. Last chance to build gauge, last chance to pick up bodies. If you have any arises, now is the time to use them to get the dead bodies off the ground. Okay, healers, please arise the dead bodies. I don't want to go on until they are arise, because once we spawn the queen, her health is locked in. We're not going to have any people left behind. I have 2 sacrifices, so that's not a worry. But we do want to have them up, just in case.
Everybody's up.
Okay, everyone's up. Perfect. At this time, go and make sure you grab your personal spoils. You will have time to come grab it after we kill the queen. But it's kind of annoying, so, you know. Go ahead and jump on up. There's going to be a cutscene if you are new. Spoiler alert, it's actually just the same as normal mode, just with slightly different text. So, like, you know, skip it if you want to, or don't. I don't care. If you are new, after you watch your cutscene and you are out of re-razors, I'm going to put a way marker down. If you do not have a re-razor active and you do not have any left in your holster, please stand on 1 for me. I'm going to prioritize new people, so if you're not new, this isn't like your first, second run, please stand off of it for me, but after that you'll have the second priority if you're like newer.
I don't have one active, but I have one in my...
Well, then you should probably use that one you have. That's going to be your prior. Okay. I have 2 more re-razors to give out. Again, once you're done with the cutscene, come up to 1 for me. We should still be good on arises. I have 2 lost sacrifice. My healer has like 7 arises. We'll be fine. So I have some good and bad news while we wait. This run is not outrunning the JP run. Unfortunate. They one-shot Slimes. We didn't. It happens. However, this boss does not require very many explanations, so the explanations I'm about to give are going to be very, very quick. Okay? In fact, there are only 2 mechanics I need to explain, and one of those is actually just 2 half mechanics, so it's going to be very quick. I'm going to give myself the... Actually, let's see. Last call for re-razor. Anyone can take it. I have 1 of them. I don't know if anyone else has any to give out. If you need a re-razor, just go stand on 1. If you do not have one active. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put out the... Okay, we have 1 taker. Perfect. Okay, At this time, tanks, please go ahead and start off your ether shield with shell. Give it to anyone behind the purple line while I am explaining. Once you have shell, or if you do not need shell, please step across the purple line. Okay, I'm gonna go and put out the real waymarkers. And the waymarkers I use are the first half of the mechanic I will need to explain. So, welcome to Queen. The waymarkers in front of you may notice are kind of like a chessboard or like a battleship board. All I'm going to call tiles with this is I'm going to call using the coordinates. So for example, this tile that the hex one is on right now is the 4 tile. This one is the A4 tile. This one is the B4 tile. And due to cease and desist, I cannot make the joke that comes along with this, but this is the C4 tile. I will call either like a marker or an intersection. Just listen to callouts, and if you cannot follow callouts easily, I'm going to mark myself with ignore 1. You can focus target the ignore 1 and follow it, nice and easy. There are some personal mechanics, but for most of them, you can just follow the marker. But I do recommend focus targeting me because it makes it easier to see, and also if I'm not focus targeted, then the marker could disappear depending on how many people there are. Okay, that is the first half mechanic, that's the markers. The main mechanic I need to explain is super chats. Okay, I'm gonna do /guide queen solely for super chats info. Super chats is almost entirely a personal mechanic. There are some things I can help you with. However, you do actually have to listen to callouts and understand what they mean, so I'm going to explain that now. During super chats, boss is going to go untargetable. You're going to get 2 debuffs. These debuffs can be a 2, a 3, or a 4. You will have 2 of those 3. So for example, you could have a 2 and a 3, 2 and a 4, or a 3 and a 4. You will never have 2 of the same, so you'll never get a 3 and a 3. You'll never get a 2 and a 2. You'll never get a 4 and a 4. All the possible combinations are right here in DRS Learning. What you're going to do, you're going to take those 2 and add them together, as I was implying with that. And once you've added them together, you're going to stand on one of the 3 squares that I call out. For example, I might say something like 5s to A4, 6s to B4, 7s to C4. Or I might call something like 6s to 4, 7s to A4, 5s to B1. What I call just depends on the pattern. It's not going to be consistent every time. What I recommend, either listen to callouts after you figure out your number, or look for people who mark themselves. A lot of veteran players will mark themselves with like a 7 for 7s, a 6 for 6s, or a 5 for 5s. So you can listen to callouts or just look for the markers. After that, after a little bit, guards are going to move on the side, there's going to be some unsafe tiles, and then you're going to get dots above your head. What you need to do, I'm going to call a column to walk up. Usually this is going to be the number column, or the D column, or the A column, or the C column. You're going to walk into that column, so for example if I said A column, I would walk right here, and then you're going to walk up it until your dots disappear. So for example, if I was standing here, and I had 2 dots on my head, I could walk here, and then I'd walk here, and then I'd have no dots on my head. However, if you move too many squares, more than the dots above your head, you will get a big red spike on your head. If you do not move back within like 2-3 seconds, you will instantly die and explode, okay? So it's very important. You just take 1 tile at a time until your dots disappear, and no further. And if you do get that spike, just move back a tile. You have time to just walk it out, I promise. So again, just walk into that column, whether it's the A column or the numbers column, walk until your dots disappear, and no further. Okay, that's basically what I need to explain with that for super chats, because after you walk out that number, it's very easy to do the rest of the mechanic, okay? There's going to be a big glowing safe tile, and you just walk into that. So at the very end of the mechanic, no matter what, you just walk into the big glowing tile, whether you would die or not, because outside of that, it's just gonna kill you. So there's a chance if you mess up with your numbers and walk into the safe spot, that you could just die, re-raise, and die again. I've seen it happen. It's very sad. Don't let that be you. Just walk to the safe tile at the very end, no matter what. That's Super Chest, that's the hardest personal mechanic. Everything else, just listen to callouts. There's one other mechanic I'm going to need to inform you of. This is the last half mechanic, and then we will pull. I asked everyone to bring some light curtain. That is because of the sovereignty gauge. At certain points during the fight, the boss will hit 100 sovereignty gauge. At this point, she will spawn a bunch of lightning orbs. These orbs can be reflected and should be reflected. If you have a light curtain, whenever you see the sovereignty gauge hit 100, there will also be a corresponding ding. I will also say when that happens. You will simply press your light curtain. I highly recommend you take them from your holster, drag them onto a hotbar to make them easy to press, but you don't have to. I actually usually don't, so, you know, do as I say, not as I do, or don't. But you can drag them onto your hotbar, make them easy to use, and if you do not have any light curtains left over, simply follow the ignore one. I will always stand somewhere where you do not need a light curtain. Okay, that is the sovereignty mechanic. There is technically one other part of the mechanic. Healers, you will need to use Dispel during this, after you press your light curtain, to remove some buffs on the queen. If they are not removed, then we die, especially I die. Like, I will explode to the crit autos. So please, please, please Dispel. That's about all I have to say. Again, everything else is a caller mechanic. Just listen to callouts, you will be fine. Make sure, tanks, you have Ether Shield soldered in over Shell. If you have no questions, go ahead and stand on the C4 tile for me. Stand on C4 if you are good and ready to go. And we will get started. Okay, perfect. Everyone is ready to go. Batteries, if you could stand off to the side to make it easier to mimic you. Tanks, I will be soloing the busters unless I'm incredibly bad, in which case, I will have any tank with a pure invuln take the second. That'll probably be like Jiren or Sophia. But we'll be fine. Yeah, I'm surely not bad. Surely. Okay, I'm gonna start a 30-second countdown. Again, tanks have Ether Shields ready. Cure 4 casters, make sure you have enough Cure 4 for the fight. Just like TA, you will need probably 2 casts of Cure 4 per raid wide. Healers, if you see your Cure 4 go down, they are the #1 res priority. Tanks, be ready to sacrifice your healers when I call for it. I regret to inform you this does start with a raid wide, so Cure 4 casters, go ahead and use Cure 4 now. Get that buff out, and we are pulling. Again, this boss does start with a raid wide. Everyone else can turn their tank stances off and stack together with me. Tanks Ether Shield, everyone else Faint Arrow Reprisal Dismantle. Ether Shield, Faint Arrow Reprisal. Casters heal everyone back up. And get ready for the hardest mechanic in this instance to call, Chess 1. Please do not move until I do. I'm going to say some stuff, but it does not impact you. Letters 2, okay. Okay, perfect. We're hoping for north or west. We will see. We're heading west. Stand on the A1 tile. A1 tile is safe.
South.
A1 tile. Oh, south, sorry. Okay, head to A3. Sorry, A3. Sorry. We are going to move into the middle column. Just move into the middle column. Okay, nothing bad ever happens. That's like the first time it was called that in so long. Oops. Okay. Going. Yeah, I'm so washed. Okay, first buster, I'm good, I am not bad. In this case, I'm happy to report. Busters are stable. Everyone can go and stack up, we're gonna have a raid wide in just a moment. There's going to be an Ether Shield chat. Thanks, go ahead and Ether Shield and mitigate. Ether Shield, Faint Arrow Reprisal. And we're going into downtime. If you have any bursts, this is your last chance to use it, but you shouldn't, realistically. Say bye-bye to Miss Queen. Okay, there's going to be a safe spot. Safe spot is in the north. Go ahead and head towards the south. Back is unsafe, wall is safe. If you have a 5, go to 3. 6 is to A3, 7's to B3. 5's to 3, 6's to A3, 7's to B3. 5's to 3, 6's to A3, 7's to B3. This is your last chance to readjust. Once you have dots above your head, move into the number column and up it. Move into and up the number column. Hit the 3 marker and then move up once your dots appear and no further. Get the red spike, move back or you die. Okay, perfect. And now, we're just gonna move into that big glowing safe tile. Move into the big glowing safe tile, no matter what. Move into that safe tile, no matter what. Okay. Boss is gonna come back. We're all gonna stack together for another raid wave. Now's a good time to use your 2-minute cooldowns. Do your big burst once again. Stack together as we're going to be Ether Shielding and Mitigating. Ether Shield Feint Auto Reprisal. Ether Shield Feint Auto Reprisal. Your forecasters heal everyone back up once you see the damage hit. And next up, the Sovereignty Gauge has appeared. Get ready to use your light curtains when it hits 100. Everyone can use light curtains or follow me. Light curtains or follow me. I am safe from the lightning words. Hey, everyone get into a bubble. Get into a bubble and healers dispel. Very good job. Get into a bubble no matter what. Okay, next up is going to be the show your hole mechanic with wind and lightning. There's going to be a gunner on A1 instead of in the middle. Gunner is on A1 to point your hole to. Separate tether. Tethers will go to wind, rest to lightning. Remember to stop attacking if you need to. Tethers to wind, rest to lightning. Okay, we're heading south. Tethers, wind, rest, lightning. Point your hole to the gunner on A1. Gunner on A1. Now point it to any turret on the side. Perfect. There's going to be a tank buster, but I am, once again, not bad at the video game. I can press my invuln. I'm simply just bad at speaking. Unlucky. Everyone can stack up in the middle of the arena. There's going to be another downtime mechanic, so hold on to your 2-minute burst. Hold on to your 2-minute burst. The boss is going bye-bye. Stack together, say bye to the queen once again. This is going to be the knockback mechanic from Queen's Guard that we didn't see, alongside alongside a half-room cleave. Okay, simply stand on the ignore 1. This is going to be very easy. Just follow ignore 1. Easiest pattern too. Stand on ignore 1. Ignore 1 is safe. Get knocked back towards B. Knock back towards B. Perfect. Okay, second one is also going to be easy. Look at the queen, run to her, stand on the A tile. There's a small little safe spot on the A tile. Small safe spot on A. Nice and easy patterns. Everyone can stack together. Get ready to use your 2 minutes, your burst, your potions. Any damage you have, use it. Get ready to Feint Auto Reprisal Dismantle as well. Feint Auto Reprisal Dismantle. Your casters heal everyone back up. Get that big healing going out. And boss is going away for another super chats. At this time, if any of your healers are dead, or if both your healers are dead, please mark them so that they can be sacrificed or arisen. I'm going to focus on calling super chats. The safe spot this time is in the south. Head towards the letter markers. Back is safe, wall is unsafe. 5s are on C, 6s are on B, 7s are on A. 5s on C, 6s on B, 7s on A. 5C, 6B, 7A. We're going to walk up the C column once dots appear. Wait for dots to appear. Once you see dots on your head, move up the C column. Stand on the C waymarker and then move up towards the safe spot. Once dots appear, stop moving. Okay, as soon as you can once again move, please just walk into that big glowing safe tile. Again, if both your healers are dead, please mark them so that they can be sacrificed. I personally will sacrifice them if they are dead. Move into the safe spot, and, yeah. Oh, ripped that DC. That's unlucky. There's gonna be one more tank buster for me to invuln. Healers, please wait for the LB3 to actually be there. And if they're dead in your party, use it. Otherwise, hold on to it. Perfect, I'm gonna go and sacrifice this healer. I got the Doom. Oh well. Once stacked together, there's going to be an in or out mechanic on a Queen's Guard. I don't even re-raise that. Unlucky. Stack together on the ignore one. Stack on the ignore one. We're going to be getting away from the soldier. Get ready to get away from the soldier. Stack up. We're getting away from the soldier towards the 2. Get away towards the 2. After this is normal mode gun turrets. I cannot help you. Good luck. I get hit by this half the time. Like 1 and 2 should be safe, but I don't know. After this, press a light curtain if you have one. If not, follow ignore 1. Ignore 1 is safe. Follow ignore 1. Get into a bubble no matter what. Get into a bubble and dispel. Okay. And kill the boss. Beautiful. Congratulations on your clear. Thank you all for coming right before Savage. I wasn't even expecting this to get 24 people. So actually being able to go in is a blessing. Again, thank you for coming. We cannot do this content without people who want to do it. We literally can't enter without 24 minimum. So we appreciate you coming out, whether it's your first time or your 500. If you want to go on more runs like this, or hopefully better than this, you can check out the DRS recruiting and DRS schedule channels for many upcoming runs, especially like lens reclears that are being hosted by Ballpark. That's a downside, unfortunately. But you can attend those. Reclares are very fun. There's no expectation that...
There's a sign up right now for it if you want to show up on Saturday reclear.
Yeah, reclears are not scary. Like there's no expectation that you're gonna do 10 million damage or whatever. You just gotta show up, have fun. And yeah.
Because we collectively will do 10 million damage.
Exactly. Yeah.
We will meme enough to make it fun for everybody.
They're
Yeah.
fast runs.
Please sign up for reclears if you are interested and free for them. They're a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys on more runs in the future. And I hope you have fun doing Savage if you are doing that. I know I'm gonna do like 2 hours of prog and then go the fuck to sleep this morning. So
I'm
Thank
going
you,
to be asleep.
Opal.
I'm probably going to do the same.
Wait, you're gonna sleep?
I know it's
Not right away.
That's an improvement.
Oh wow. Do
Kamau.
Final Fantasy 14 players even sleep?
No.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go to
Have
bed
to
though
sleep.
anyway. Just bite William.
good night. Feel free to head out. You are no longer required by law to be here. You actually never were. Get fucked. But yeah.
Carter, I love you.
I'm out.
What?
I'm going to
Let's see you in the future.